Hello, my little fantasy nerds. Please join us for another episode of Dungeon Crawlers, where I once again tried to kill off my
Dungeon
puny
Crawlers.
little PCs. So, where we left off last was the party had made their way back from Mugthal to the city of Jupiter. They had been pursued by three cloaked figures, unable to ascertain any features of the group other than a necklace that looked like a hand of some sorts. You made back to the city and you were debriefed by Beowulf and some others of the council, learning of plots, learning of the some of the actions, not all of the actions of the justice's boon, and kind of what they were up to, what they were wanting to do, what they were wanting to accomplish. No decisions were made as to whether or not you would be helping or what you were wanting to do, but it was kind of laid before you. At the same time, because of your heroic actions and um, like attentiveness to details and doing basically what you were told to do, you were awarded a home within the city of Jupiter. You made changes to the home. You kind of made yourself at home. Upon uh, getting everything you guys needed. Some other chores were done. You guys were able to make your way around town to purchase the items that you may or may not need. Some other things were kind of tossed around, and you guys made your way back to do basically research and relax within your own home. You guys had gone to bed and had discussed waking up in the morning to see what you wanted to do now. And that's where you guys left off. As the morning greets you and the sun begins to wane into your room, more the sun comes into your room a little bit more than the others because you're basically out in the open as all of your windows and doors are open and you're kind of in this leaf hammock next to a fireplace as you can feel the breeze kind of slowly waft in through the morning. And morning greets each one of you.
If I recall, there weren't any shenanigans the prior night.
No. No.
And Henri went home.
A.
I'll probably just lay around for a little bit. Just because I created this room and I want to enjoy it.
Very comfy bed, down pillows and like comforter, all that good stuff. Very thick, fluffy pillows and mattress and whatnot.
As soon as I get up, I would probably go down to Kaz's room
Okay.
and knock on his door.
I'll,
Kaz.
I'll reluctantly answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Is this a bad time?
No. What's up?
I just came to ask. You haven't used your free modification to alter anything in this vicinity yet, have you?
No.
If you would, I was wondering if you might be so generous as to maybe convert part of the alchemical section into a bit of a workshop for metallurgy. I have a project that I would like to work on.
Okay.
If, of course, that is to your convenience.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Ah, thank you. I am most gracious. I'm just seeking to set up. Once I have the raw material worked into a shape, I should be able to work on it on the go. But I first need to mold it into something that's workable with first.
All right. What are you working on?
Well, I've found lately that I need to, although I do have many blessings and I am thankful for them, I need to improve my melee capabilities. So I'm working on something to supplement just that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, do we let, Woolsworth? Was that his name?
Mhm.
I think, we can, I guess, just let Woolsworth know. I also wanted to try and get a teleportation circle somewhere in the house. Usually it takes a year, but I think that he mentioned they had a way of doing one sooner, so I want to talk to him about that too.
Strangely, right after you mention his name. Yes, may I help you, sirs?
Woolsworth, you sneaky son of a bitch.
Ah, yes. I'm good at some things, masters. What may I
We had
assist you with?
we had um some remodeling that we wanted to talk to you about.
Ah, yes. I can go fetch the mages from Elena, and they can make the last bit of changes that you would like to the house. If that suits you. It might be about an hour or two.
Okay.
I will be right back. And he kind of like, you just see him turn around, begin to walk up the stairs.
I guess while we're meeting with them, you want to go upstairs and get some breakfast, maybe some coffee.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go then.
Okay. So as you guys make your way up the stairs, you immediately are taken in with the smell of coffee, with the smell of something very, very, very good. Pretty much the whole house, you can smell it at this point.
I'll probably start to rouse just by the smell of breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
It'll help me get out of bed, and I will go downstairs.
Okay. As you guys make your way downstairs, those of you that are, you are immediately greeted by a almost bleach blonde haired, semi-portly woman, with
Yvonne.
with a apron across her chest and long sleeves that are rolled up to about elbow length roughly, with almost like little looking capris, and she is just furiously dicing and cooking and flipping, and like she turns around and does some more dicing, turns around and like flips it, and in front on the table is assortments of eggs, bacon, some fruits, some veggies, and she's beginning to make omelets, and you can smell the coffee and what looks like fresh squeezed juice.
Well, I will head to the table and just sit patiently.
Without even acknowledging that you sat down, dig in. It's made for you. You don't have to be picky. This is your house. And she just continues flipping and doing what she's doing.
So what's on the table already then?
Eggs, bacon, fruits, veggies. She's making what looks like omelets at this point. But there's pretty much an assortment of everything, like a little bit of meats. There's like almost like little sausages.
I'll grab a plateful of stuff and kind of just fill it up with a little assortment of everything.
Okay.
I'm picturing. I'm gonna do like. I know Freya, you'll get this because you caught my reference the other day. Like in Wedding Crashers, when he grabs a plate of breakfast and he's got like pancakes on it, hash browns, muffins, everything, and then just douses it in syrup.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I want to do.
Okay. You get a healthy supply of syrup all over everything.
With my mouth full, I'm gonna politely ask for an omelet with pretty much everything in it.
You got it, big boy. Would you like an extra large one?
I'll take 2 actually.
Oh, I can do that. I like that. You're healthy eater. And you watch her,
Most important
you watch her
today.
put like the regular skillet pan away, and she brings out like this giant double-sized one and just starts like cracking multiple eggs and like pouring everything into it and just flipping, and it looks good. Smells even better.
I'm gonna look at Kaz's plate. I'm just gonna look at Kaz and raise an eyebrow. How come I didn't think of that?
I'm gonna recharge my batteries. Sit down. You need a variety.
I'm gonna grab some syrup and also douse my plate in syrup.
Okay.
But we may be evicted from this house at some point, so I just feel like we really need to take advantage of what we have now.
I like it. I'm gonna dig in.
It's some of the best breakfast you've had in a very, very long time. It's very, very good. And about 2 or 3 minutes later, Morn, instead of 2 omelets, you get an oversized plate, like a plate bowl, and this one omelet that's as big as your head set down right in front of you. And she just kind of like, in a motherly way, she like strokes the back of your head to your shoulders and kind of gives you a pat. Eat up, big boy. And like goes back into the kitchen and continues to cook.
Finally, someone knows how to make a real omelet.
For a split second out of the corner of your eye, you see her kind of turn and give a little smirk and continue.
Yeah, I guess I'll just devour this breakfast bowl or whatever it is.
Super, super good. Everything is cooked perfectly.
Jeez, Morn. That omelet's bigger than my arm.
It's an armlet.
Haha.
Oh, baby.
Is that canon enough to be our title?
God help us.
It's an armlet.
I hope not. Okay. Breakfast is just... She just continually spends the time refilling the table and then taking your guys' dishes and refilling dishes and giving you... Basically just making sure everything is continually stocked on the table so you guys don't run out.
I'm gonna lean back in my chair and say, "Ah, wait, where's Ray?"
Henri, you mean?
Henri. I skipped a syllable, right?
Well, she does have her own home. She doesn't have to come eat breakfast with us, I guess.
There's no way the food's at her house is as good as this.
I mean, I guess we might
That's
have to
probably
find out
true.
someday.
She's missing out.
What's the cook's name?
Yvonne.
Yvonne. Yvonne.
Yvonne, let's check it out. I guess I could just look at my notes. Hey, Yvonne, do we have like Tupperware?
She gives you a confused...
A doggy bag?
She gives you a confused look.
Yeah,
Tupperware?
I understand. I want to take some of the breakfast to go, like a walk me down.
It's just so good, we have to take some with us.
That's a good idea.
1 second. You hear some chopping in the back and like some like tying, and she comes out. She comes out with what looks like a stomach tied off at the bottom, cleaned, and she begins shoving food into it and hands it to you.
I'm gonna run up and get my backpack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like kind of bring it over and just open it up in the kitchen.
You meant the bag, right? Here you go. A take bag.
Sure. Yeah.
How big is How big is this bag compared to the size of my backpack?
I mean, it's not a bag. It's like a goat's
stomach.
It's like a goat's stomach.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Guess that'll work.
What's up, Nikki?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it did? That's good.
Oh.
Okay. Do you need me to head up that way, or what do you want me to do?
What is happening? What am I missing?
Shit.
Oh,
He got a phone call.
Oh no,
That's the one that's been acting good, though.
not good.
Alright, well, I'll continue to keep the phone close by in case you guys need me or something. Alright, man. Thanks. Alright. Bye. Alright, continue on.
Oh, phew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The AC
Oh.
unit is completely frosted over, but they're thethawing and they don't need me there, so.
Oh, thank God. I know the faces you're
good
making.
roll.
I was like,
It's a
I
good
don't
roll.
know.
It was a good roll. It was a good roll.
Nat 20 on stealth.
You're not wrong.
Passed by without a trace.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
So she hands you the dislodged sheep's stomach tied off at both ends, cleaned, and she stuffs some food in it and hands it to you with a smile. And she
Yeah,
just-
look, I mean, Andre's from here. This is normal for her. I don't really know. This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
oh, it's not for us. For later.
Lauren,
I
this
mean,
is our kitchen. You can eat this food whenever you want.
She looks
Yeah.
confused and continues to hold it in front of you.
yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. And she just smiles. Okay. Are you guys done eating? Do you want me to clean up?
Are we done?
I am.
I'm gonna grab a couple random things that I particularly liked off the table and put them on my plate.
Okay.
Kind of hold my plate and walk away from the table and keep eating as I'm walking away.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, is there like a stack of pancakes I can take for the road?
There's like a stack of pretty much anything you can pretty much think of.
Yeah, I'll take one more stack.
Okay. It's very, very good.
I'm literally just standing and like cradling a plate and eating it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get every last little bit in that I can.
It's incredibly delicious. And she just smiles and kind of like, she waits and takes things off of the table, but slowly as she kind of watches you guys like continue to like take little things and snack and then come back and grab like another thing and then leave again. So.
I'll approach the table again and kind of slowly like look at her and grab a couple more things that she hasn't cleared.
About 5 seconds after that, Morn, you watch your sister just groggily walk down, like with her eyes like closed, sits down at the table, and like sighs, and then just begins to like eat food. And you watch as Yvonne walks up behind her. Oh, long night, and like puts the like a cup of like coffee right in front of her, and just like pats her head, and like it's like it starts pouring food onto her plate for her.
I'm gonna like give a really confused look toward the party.
What the?
She's enjoying herself.
I think she was made for this life. How's your room, Stelina?
It's good. I slept too good.
Get all the decorations up that you wanted?
Almost. She kind of like opens one eye and like gives you a smile and like closes it again and just continues to like slowly sip on coffee.
Not a morning person.
No.
Well, should we maybe find Henri? I know we have some reporting to do is in reference to what we're gonna do or where we're gonna go, so.
That is true, and I have to report to you regarding what I translated from the third and fourth pages of that book.
Oh, excellent. I managed to get a couple more pages done yesterday, too.
Good news. I seem to have... I'm seemingly to finding a glimmer of hope amongst the dark.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I think, Ginge, if I recall, I did 2 hours, so I get 4 pages, right?
Yes, but that's did you do 2 hours when you went to bed or this morning? I can't
No,
remember.
it was before bed. I said I wanted to,
Okay.
before I went to bed, I wanted to spend a couple hours.
Okay.
But I couldn't remember how many pages that meant.
I believe we had said you basically could do a page an hour. So,
Oh, maybe it was a page front and back.
yeah.
I guess
something
I don't
like that.
remember.
Roughly, it's about a page an hour, just because you can read Abyssal, but to actually like write out Abyssal is a little more difficult. So it takes you a little bit to make the pages. And
I can't read Abyssal. I think maybe that's why it took so long, because I'm just writing down the symbols and hoping. Yeah.
Thank you.
So one page.
You had to jog my mind. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, it's actually getting increasingly more difficult. Like the runes are getting a little more difficult, and the pages are. You know what I mean? Like when you read like a kid's book versus like an adult's book, and you open it up and it's like the pages are this long, but there's like 4 sentences, and then like you open up an adult book and it's like 1,700, and you're like staring at each one of the words. It's getting increasingly, like the pages are getting almost longer, like almost like more detail. So it's taking you a little bit more to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So
then we'll say I got 2 pages then, since I spent 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay. And then since Kaylin reminded me of that, I'm just going to go ahead and take them out of my pack. Here you go. Here's 2 more pages whenever you have time.
Very well. And then once we're all together, I'll tell you what I've found reading the third and fourth.
Sounds good. Well, shall we then?
I have
Do it.
no objections.
Did we say we were gonna meet Henri somewhere, or is he gonna meet us here?
Oh, yeah, good point. Do any of us know where Henri lives? I don't think we do.
I haven't been to his place.
I don't think any of you guys have actually been to Henri's place.
No.
I feel like we should probably
I don't think they have.
include him if we're talking about what we're gonna do next.
Well, we could always go outside and see if we see her walking around anywhere. Maybe she's walking towards us as we speak. I guess we really didn't discuss with that plan if we were meeting up anywhere. And I
Sure.
didn't think that we don't actually know where she lives either.
I feel like she'll meet us here. We told her we were gonna talk about the plan going forward here this morning, so she knows where this place is.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's not a good idea to leave then, since we don't have any idea where we're going.
Or I can stay here if you guys wanna wander around and for a little bit. I'm not one to enter the streets though.
I don't really know my way around very well, so I'm gonna refrain.
I probably would have been, like, after breakfast, making my way over that way anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, you're usually an early riser anyways, and so is your
Mhm.
husband. Just because obviously you've been married long enough, had a child, he kind of gets used to your lifestyle and his lifestyle. Kind of meshes. You're both kind of like a 4 a.m. riser type people. The
Yeah.
crazy sadistic type. So you guys, you've already been up for a while. You've already had your coffee, your breakfast. You guys have sat around discussing the day. So you've been up for a while.
Yeah. But I knew that they were gonna want to sleep in, so I was letting them,
Correct.
you know, rest up and get their nice breakfast in.
Yeah, if breakfast wasn't a
Breakfast.
thing, Morn would sleep till noon.
Breakfast.
Breakfast!
Breakfast.
Breakfast!
Breakfast.
Breakfast. What's going on here?
There you go. There you go.
Breakfast.
That's canon. That's the title. Breakfast.
Breakfast!
So, actually, literally 30 seconds after you guys are talking about going to visit Andre or trying to find Andre, you see a familiar figure walk by the front window of the front door and begin to walk in.
Speak of the
Just
devil.
Time for breakfast. There's still food out for you.
Oh, I already ate, but thank you.
Oh, you haven't eaten food this good.
I'll hand her the sheep's stomach.
Oh no, not that. No, we got
Trust us.
Lauren, that was meant for Henri. That wasn't it wasn't a to-go bag for us.
Yeah,
to eat.
but since he's here, we might as well keep the to-go bag packed up for later.
Oh, yeah? You gonna
Yeah.
carry that thing around in your pack and just eat
Yeah.
moldy food?
Can't be too prepared. Won't get moldy.
I don't know.
Oh, well, you didn't have to do that.
We
I
just didn't
did.
want you to go hungry. We weren't
Oh, I
sure
never-
about home.
I know how to get food wherever I'm at. Of course, when I'm here, I don't really have to worry about it. But I appreciate it. And
I'll just
what's in the bag?
Pancakes,
there, like,
sausages, eggs,
bits of bacon?
bacon. Yeah, like you name it's like you look in there and it's like broken bits of pancake, sausages, bacon, egg, and you're just kind of like, oh, that's nice. But it smells amazing.
I'll definitely take some of the bacon and eat, and
It is the
shove some of that in.
perfect, the most perfectly cooked bacon you've ever had. It's like that
Ooh.
perfect, like chewy / done, and it's just amazing.
Lauren, you can't hoard all of that for yourself, okay?
Huh?
I know that's gonna be in your bag, but you don't get to hoard it for yourself.
You guys aren't gonna want it after it's been in my bag, right?
Well, it's in a sheep's stomach, so it should be safe.
No, yeah, there'll be enough for all of us.
I'm just anticipating checking in with them later and it's gonna be all gone.
I'm gonna kind of sneakily walk over to the table and try and put more food into the bag to be, to be prepared for having to share.
Overstep it. Like Napoleon Dynamite just starts sticking like tater tots in your pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
That part of the movie always grossed me out. I don't know why.
So
I don't know
nasty.
why. I don't know why.
Lint tots.
Get your own hash brown.
Well, Henri, now that you're here and we've all had breakfast, we should probably sit down and talk about our plan, our next step.
Hey, let's get down to business.
At
Quit
this
rolling the
point,
dice. Quit rolling.
I'm not doing anything.
You're not allowed to roll the dice meaninglessly.
I can do whatever I want.
No! You're just trying to get a reaction. So fucking rude.
So the kitchen table is cleared off for the most part, minus the food that is around. Morn, I'm sorry. Selena, thank you.
Yep.
But
Nice.
directly behind you, to your left, when you come in the door, the study / library area does have kind of like a circular table in there, a larger one.
Oh, the Knights of the Round Table.
To a degree, you could probably fit about 5 people comfortably.
Oh, it's convenient.
I guess we can meet in the study.
Very well.
We'll head into the study then.
Are the chairs equally sized?
Yeah, they're all the same size. From you, Morn, it would be kind of a small fit.
I kind of figured. Yeah.
They're all made for like a Henri Freya type size people.
I'll probably sit the one closest to the door then.
Okay. About a second or two after that, you watch as a jade blue cloaked individual walks through. I'm here in regards to the altercation, or not altercation, but the change to the downstairs. What would you like done?
So, the shop area, the lab area in there, is it big enough to have it be like a shop of different things? Like there can be a metallurgy section, there can be a potion section, and then there could be like different things in there.
It is big enough to do 2 different types of like stations, and then the floor is large enough that you could do a circle in the center of it.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a squeeze. It's not a large room, but it's a decently sized room.
So I think what we want to do is have like a metallurgy side on one half, and then just like a workbench on the other half that could be used for like wood carving or leather working or like any of those types of activities. And then if we can swing it, have a teleportation circle down there in that shop area.
I can do the first 2 easily. The second one requires gold and a little bit of time. Not 1 year's worth. We do have a way to accelerate it. I would say probably about alone it would take me 6 months, but if I bring in another mage or 2, it would take me around probably 2 to 3 months. But that will cost more money.
Okay.
I would say, hold on here. Okay, so to do the full 1 year's worth will cost around, I would say probably about 17,000 gold. If we were to expedite and move it up to about 3 to 2 months with extra mages, that many people working on hand, I would say closer to probably 35,000 gold.
Cool. Let's go with the shop first. We'll talk about the circle later.
Fuck no.
Sounds good.
That's all.
I will make my way downstairs, and we will begin to do the changes. And he kind of makes his way downstairs, and you don't hear anything else after that.
Well, are we going to need to take a loan out or something to do that? Because we definitely don't have that much gold.
Well, it's really a nice to have, because I think most temples have a circle. And I know of at least one other in this town, so, if we need to come back here from far away, we can still get here. We just wouldn't be directly in the house.
It's not the
I
worst
see.
thing if we don't have to use teleportation.
Yeah.
Maybe after working with these guys for a while, we'll have more money and we can maybe afford it. Never know.
Yeah.
There's always an opportunity. We'll figure it out.
So we should probably figure out what we need to do now.
I could sell some of the fish I catch.
I don't mean here in town. I mean
Oh,
the next steps in our
you
journey.
Like, like outside town, yeah.
Hold on. You were thinking of ways to make gold, and
Yeah.
and of all the skills that you have, the first thing you thought was, I could sell some fish?
A simple-minded man.
I mean, there were people down at the docks doing it.
You know you're the size of 2 men, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, you've got skills that would probably make you quite a bit more money than just selling fish.
Oh. Well, what are they?
I mean, you could start up your own fight club,
Ooh, that does sound fun. I could bet on myself.
and then just like you made all that money that one time that we did that arena, you could do stuff like that. You could probably do
I could challenge.
competitions.
I could challenge Beowulf.
No, we won't do that. maybe anybody else. But you could probably challenge people to, competitions of strength or something of that nature. There's, lots of different things.
Be the guy, like, if someone wants to challenge Beowulf, you could be like the guy before him that's like, hey, just to test yourself, maybe this could be a test run.
So
Yeah.
Morn is the fluffer.
You could be that guy. Yeah.
Fluffer. I could beat Beowulf.
Oh, baby.
Oh, no.
Are you gonna look that up on the internet? What a fluffer is?
Oh, baby.
Yeah, I could get into some fighting. I can get your teleporter.
Jesus.
Oh.
It's the stand-in, the person that gets the people ready.
Baby.
Oh no, that's not what Morn had in mind.
The makeup department.
I can
Oh
only,
my God.
I can just imagine Morn's face when that's happening. Just whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, hold up.
What are you
Hang
doing?
on.
I'm fluffing.
Hang on a
I'm
second.
fluffing. I'm fluffing.
What does it look like I'm doing?
I mean, I could be the performer.
This is the vocab of the day with Freya. I'll be here every week.
Freya suddenly has a heart attack and goes face down on the table.
No. No. Well, anyway, we can maybe look at how to use our skills to make us some money in the town. But we probably want to figure out what we do from here. I mean, unless we want to spend some time trying to get our supplies and our money. But I feel like time is also very precious.
I agree. I think completing the task in front of us is the best way to rewards.
Hey,
Hey. And I know we found one missing person. Some of
Not
us are
sure
still
anymore.
looking.
Yeah. Finch, can you remind us? I know that Beowulf and Elena kind of went over one of the options being like going after the barons. What was the other thing that they kind of...
Spying on the Six. Something was being awkward about the Six. They had talked about something in the capital, how this new how this new army had basically the Raxus
Yeah, I was gonna mention the Nexus.
had been kind of not formed. They've always been around, but now they're more present in all towns now. So the town's guards, the Watchers or the Eyes, have kind of been almost used like a military force, but now they are specifically in their towns. So there's more of them stationed. On top of that, to each town, certain oh God, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like a group, like a battalion, is being stationed in almost every city, larger city, I should say. And then there are patrols. There are patrols through the countryside.
People employed by the Six?
Possibly. And then you learned that there seems to be almost more of a gathering of people with magic are kind of being not forced into like slavitude type stuff, but they seem to be getting gathered up and almost chained and manacled and ushered towards Skarnswald. And then there was talk of how the barons seemed to be doing weird things as well. Their estates had been almost closed off, usually where they're open, and they seem to be going more often. They're kind of closed off, and the towns seem to be more heavily guarded.
And we've been to Zariel's.
Yes, you've been to Zariel's.
Who was the other one that... Was it in... Stein? No, wait.
Oh, are you talking like...
wasn't there one for that region?
There's Steinthorn, Toffet, and, McKill.
Okay, who was McKill then?
A Gregarian Trumpsfane.
We have not been to him.
No.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I kind of want to bust down the doors of these barons.
I was going to agree, given how we just barely complete most of our stealth missions. I think doing recon in the heart of enemy territory is not the best idea. I'd much rather take down these barons one by one.
And being that we don't know if we're still being pursued, might make things more difficult, but
Indeed.
since we know that a problem lies with the barons, and we know where they are exactly, we would know where to start, and it's just a matter of kind of getting in and going from there. But I don't know if we want, because that's probably going to involve recon as well, because we're going to need to see, what they're up to. Are they in lockdown? But at least we know where to go. Whereas
Agreed.
the Six situation, maybe that'll help flesh that out a little bit more. So maybe it will be a little bit easier after kind of dealing with the barons.
I don't know much about politics, but what happens when you kill the Baron?
I'm not sure if we have to kill them. Maybe. But if they're corrupt, then I guess they deserve to die.
Like, I mean, in my village, if we were to kill the leader, I mean, that would put us in charge.
That's for the better. If we're having an issue with corruption and leadership, then maybe there needs to be a new leader.
But I want to live here.
So I think more in most places don't work that way, but it is a good point that without a leader of the region, you do create a vacuum. So it may be a good idea to find a replacement before they're displaced.
Maybe we already get somebody in mind. It doesn't mean, Lauren, that you have to stay there either. I know you like it here.
Maybe find someone who's sympathetic to the cause.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
maybe somebody that's more on the front lines and working with the people there, and maybe has more knowledge and isn't just hiding away in a mansion and doing things that they shouldn't do.
I think if we could find someone that could potentially, a noble that could take the place of the Baron, any of the Barons that would be open to trying to protect the vulnerable people of that town from being taken by the Six, that's kind of like solving both problems at the same time, right?
Exactly.
Aye, we can work indirectly at harming the Six's human trafficking network,
Exactly. Probably is the best place to
or
start.
what have you.
Cut off the head. Or I guess this wouldn't be the head, but
Yeah, the head would be going straight to
just a,
Steinstone.
Or cutting off the legs one by one.
make them immobile. Well, where do we start then?
That's the operative question.
Maybe that's something we could ask someone. What would be the most helpful?
Well, I'm sure Elena has some intel that might help us
Yeah.
pick a target.
Whether we go to Steinthorn, Tophet, or McHill.
I wouldn't mind going back to Toftet.
I've never seen it in the flesh,
Oh,
just in
great.
a fever dream.
I don't really like cities, but as far as cities go, Toftet's pretty great.
Problem with Toftet is we would kind of be doubling a lot of our traveling, because we'd have to go either west and then come all the way back across Toftet to go east, or go east and come all the way across back to go west. So we probably want to start on either Steinthorn or McHill first. and
Too
then
bad
head-
that it's too bad that secret tunnel's not real.
Maybe.
But I
But
agree.
was fine.
Make our way there.
Even if it is, we'd have to go back through that
Oh, that was in the
horrible
mountain.
fucking pit place.
Yeah, I forgot about
to get
that.
there. And don't know about you, Morn, but I'd rather not go mad in there.
I think I want to stay under the sun for a while.
So, do we have a good idea of how far we are from Port Porval or Steinthorn in terms of miles?
Port Porval would be, God, in miles?
Kilometers? I don't know.
Don't go down that road. You'll fry.
Yeah.
My brain. You'll fry my brain. I would say probably.
How many days travel you can
It
put in
takes. I think it takes close to a week to get to Port Porval from Jupiter. I would say
that
probably
makes
close to a
sense
week.
from when we went to Canby and then we went up into the mountains. Yeah, maybe. That makes sense.
I would say it takes about a week to get to Port Porval. And then I would say
Oh.
Steinthorn would be another probably like 4 or 5 days. Yeah.
So a character can travel 24 hours in a day, right? So let's call it a week to the port.
Not 24 hours.
Yeah, it's more like 12 or 16. And then you're
Max out at, like,
then
16.
you're pushing it. Yeah, 16 is like
Yeah.
you'll start.
No,
you're
no. 24 miles
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in one day. Sorry
I
if I
thought
said
you-
that.
Sounded like
yeah,
you said 24 hours.
24 hours. I was like, I mean, if you want to travel for 24
Yeah,
hours
no.
straight, rock on. But you're gonna be rolling for exhaustion. So
Yeah. 24 miles is I think is the travel rate at a normal pace
correct.
for one day.
And do
So-
remember, you guys did leave steeds in Canby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let's. Hold on. Did we like rent the steeds or do we
No,
own
we
them
own
now?
them.
Bought them. You own
Okay.
them.
And they're at Thane's place.
True.
Okay. Well, that
So-
will help.
So I can get us to Thane's place.
Speaking
I-
of Thane, I don't think we need him as a guide again. I'm pretty sure we can manage our own.
Yeah, he's here because
Hey.
we just saw him, right?
You don't need Thane. You've
No,
got me.
I know the way back.
Don't worry, Morn. Thane's staying here.
Oh, baby, some Zelda music. Yeah.
There was some playing earlier, I'm pretty sure. I think it was Twilight Princess music. Well, yeah.
So,
It's good.
Kaz, you can get us straight to Canby?
I could get us to Thane's place.
Once we're out of the mountains, I know the area pretty well too. Given that
Yeah.
we've been there
Well,
before.
Yeah, more. I meant like I can get us there immediately.
Oh.
Oh, we don't have to do that. You're talking about? I guess so.
Well, it would be a week of travel.
It's a week's time, or maybe less by boat. But you know, who knows what's in the water?
Hey,
Horses.
after what we saw get pulled out of there.
Yeah.
We can use their magic. I guess that works.
When in Rome, right? So I would just need to. I needed to go to a shop anyway. So I want to. When we're finished here, I'll go to a shop. I need to buy some chalks, and then we can come back and we'll pack up and get ready to go and head out.
That sounds like a good plan. That'd be super helpful to get all the way to Canby right away.
So- Something to think about: if we go to Canby, get the mounts, should we maybe go to Steinthorn first since it's closer, or do we want to ride to Toftet?
I mean, it would be the most direct route, and we wouldn't have to double back.
Hey.
I wouldn't mind going to Stanthorn.
If we have to.
Make the trip as efficient as possible.
I'm in favor.
Okay.
So after everybody agrees to going to Steinthorn, Freya's gonna get up and leave and go upstairs to her room.
And then just remember, Kaylin, you did have like that information that Freya had given you the night before. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll follow her before she goes to the room.
I was
and
gonna
I'll
say, as she's standing up and leaving.
Oh, yeah. If you want to interrupt me. I'm not, like, running or anything if you want to interrupt.
one more thing. Remember my report regarding the book?
Oh, yes. I'll wait.
Yes. So before we adjourn our meeting here, I was able to decipher 2 more pages of the Skinbound book. They basically go into, they break down the so-called evil power that this undying one can become. There are talks of ascension, and essentially, once this one has ascended, the individual is deemed to be immortal or otherwise unkillable. However, reading on farther, I learned that the gods had, and demigod-like people, scattered bits and pieces of themselves before they moved away, before they ascended from Rothos. And they imbued these fragments into 5 different weapons specifically designed to fight the Undying One in this ascended state. I believe if we can find said weapons, then we would be at a major advantage if the Undying One were to ascend. before we were too late.
Is there any clues to where they are?
No, but it did describe the appearance of each of the weapons.
It started on one of the appearances. And
Oh yeah, because I wrote down it describes the appearance of the 5 items.
Yeah.
Sounds
So I know
like
what to
we'd
look
be like.
for, but not where to look.
Sounds like we'd be kind of chasing or looking for a needle in a haystack, if it could be anywhere.
Quite possibly, but if we don't stop the Undying one in time, then that would be our only option, I'm afraid.
So,
Well,
who left these weapons behind?
I don't think the pages went into that yet. I mean, just before the gods ascended, they scattered bits and fragments of themselves into these weapons.
Correct.
well, hopefully these next 2 pages I gave you might give some more information. I'll try to dedicate a couple more hours to some more pages if these things can help us.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
Anything else?
I don't believe so.
I'm gonna take my leave and go up to my room.
Is Selena still at the table?
No, she is left.
I'm gonna go look for her.
Okay.
Check her room. And I guess if she's not in her room, then I won't.
Yeah,
But-
easily found. She's sitting in her room and she's actually painting her walls.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a teal. She's like like painting teal, and then she's like kind of like drawing little flowers and hanging. She's hanging plants.
Hey, we're headed to Steinthorn.
Oh, okay. I'll pack a bag. And she like starts putting down her stuff and walking towards the dresser in the corner.
Out of character, Steinthorn is where, that's where she's from. And she got chased out due to being a half elf.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have any interest in going back, but I guess I could be wrong. I could be wrong if she doesn't remember it.
She vaguely remembers it. She just heard basically you were going on a trip. You're going
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay.
That's all that
Suppressed
registered.
memory.
Yeah, she all that registered is we're leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not coming. You're not coming with us.
But you're leaving.
There's some things we got to do, and you'll be safer here.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get some answers about your mother while I'm gone. Maybe give it some justice for her.
I appreciate that.
I'll be back before you know it.
I'm not worried.
Your walls look good.
Thank you. You're too big to die. And she like turns around, begins to paint another flower, and she paints like, you don't. There's no faces to it, but she paints like a really, really big flower, and then like right next to it a smaller flower, and she just kind of smiles as she like fills in the flower petals. Don't take too long. It's kind of boring here. It's not like the village. There's no forests.
Food's good though.
That I can't complain. Yvonne can cook. I might get a little fat. She's already talking about pie and cakes, and I don't really have much holding back. Yeah. Do be safe though.
Oh, yeah.
She walks up towards you and like hugs your torso like tight.
Yeah, I'll hug her back.
She smiles, lets go, walks back into her room, and then just starts humming a song and painting the walls a little bit more.
I'll walk into my room and gather up my stuff.
Okay. Doesn't take you long. About 5 minutes later, you do hear a at the door.
Yeah, come in.
No, not on your door, on the main door to the building. Sorry.
Gotcha.
And you hear some talking. Woolsworth is standing in front of the door as you see him bow and take a step off to the side. You guys watch as Elena walks in with Soren and Nissa to her left and her right. Whoever's downstairs, I should say. If nobody is downstairs, you hear
Boy, would have
Woolsworth.
still been downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still at the meeting table.
Okay. She kind of walks in and takes a look at you guys, walks into the meeting room or the study. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Elena. To
Have
what do we owe the
you-
pleasure?
Well, a couple of pieces of information here. It looks like the city has been had. The Obsidian Eye has been made aware of the location, and he was sent a scouting mission of some sorts to locate and set off a beacon. So the city is on lockdown of sorts. On a second note, have you decided what you are doing?
I believe we have. We've chosen to first go after the Baron of Steinthorn.
I see. On that note, due to the trust that you have placed in us and the willingness to make forth with our motto, discussions were made with the council to give you identifiers. And she kind of like waves her hand towards Soren as he walks forward, and on the table in front of you lays down like a cloth, and he opens it up, and inside of it is pendants for each one of you, almost like a pin, with the Justice's boon, the symbol on it.
It was a phoenix or something?
It is a...
Or was it a dragon?
It is a... It is a phoenix wings with the dragon's face in the middle and a sun in the mouth of the dragon.
Got it.
On that, he says that these are markers to identify yourselves to others of our cause. They also put you at great danger if you are caught with them, as obviously we are a secret organization that works for the greater good of Rothos. We work against the Barons and the Six. If caught with these, you're certainly either guaranteed jail or death. So, tread lightly and hide them carefully. But this also gives you access to our network, our organization, so that you are not just weeded out as somebody who cannot be trusted, that your trust has been placed within us and us within you. The contact, if you are heading towards Steinthorn, her name is Marrow. M-A-R-O-W. She is a half-orc that works in the employ of the Baron there, and she's been feeding us information for months now. She went silent about 3 weeks back, and we've not heard from her. But I would say that's where your best chance of getting information is. Other than that, we have no other contacts in town.
We'll be sure to attempt to seek her out.
A lot of our contacts have gone silent in the last 3 weeks since the war ended. I'm afraid that either they have been captured or killed, and the Six are moving towards us, but I am unsure. relay any information that you can to us as quickly as possible with whatever you find out, so that we may prepare and or aid with whatever you may need.
We'll be sure to do so.
Much appreciated.
Out of character, do I already have one of these
Yeah.
pendants? Okay.
You actually, I believe we talked about yours, and I think yours is an actual tattoo.
Right.
I think
Right.
yours
Forgot
is
about
tattooed on
Yeah.
the left shoulder blade or something. Well, I mean, you can be wherever, but I think we had talked about yours, and yours was an actual tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, most members of the Justice's Boon, they get them tattooed, are usually those that are pretty diehard towards the cause, and it's
Right.
more and it's more of a like, I don't want to get caught with a pendant, but I'd rather just have it on my body that I can hide with clothing or something else.
Mhm.
So
You just can't let the bad guys see me naked.
correct. Wherever you may have placed it.
Probably be on probably on my near my
Gauge?
ankle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Towards the ankle then.
Yeah. They're less likely to look at my boots. If anything.
So she relays the information to you. Kind of gives you the heads up on what's been going on in patrols, and then she actually does allude to the fact that the Raxus have been noticed patrolling the base of the Evercrest Mountains around Fort Thromgard.
Good thing we're not traveling by foot then.
Do you have any more questions of me? Because if not, I will make great haste away, and I do have things to attend to today.
I have none myself.
Okay. She does a slow bow and makes her way towards the door, with Soren and Nissa in follow. Woolsworth comes in about a couple seconds after that. My lords and ladies, a message was left for you, and he places it on the table.
I'll open it up and read it.
Okay. Basically, it is a letter of a business and intent, kind of. It is from the it states, hello, thank you for the advice. We came to Jupiter, we found Jupiter, we have set up shop, and we are looking for items to craft and make new magical items. If interested, please make your way to the I can't remember what I named it now, to the certified rock, and where we can discuss business in obtaining items for sale. Signed, Grimmy P. Dripstone.
Oh, Grimmy! Grimmy made it to Jupiter. Badass. Wasn't Grimmy the one that liked Kaylin?
No, that was the I don't remember what his name was.
As the other guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was Grimmy that was like hitting on Kaylin.
Nope, it was the
was
the Germany accent one. Grimmy was
yeah.
the spastic bipolar gnome.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're thinking of the blonde guy.
Yep.
Sorry, Kaylin. I was really excited for a second.
Huh, well that's good. Might have to stop by at some point. Speaking of, and I'll look towards Henri, I keep forgetting I've been meaning to do this, but Back at Mugthal, I had taken the liberty of investigating the warlock's body, and I found this. And I'll pull out the bow that I got and show her.
Oh.
You want to describe it? Because I forgot what it was.
Ugh. It is.
I have the information, but you probably have like a more physical description of its features.
Nope. That's exactly what I have.
Then you can just make it look like whatever you want.
Well, basically, it's a dark bow, like almost looks like ebony. The wood around it kind of curls and twists and comes to, or no, was this the bow or was this the crossbow?
This was the bow made out of the bones of the defiled warlock corpses.
Correct. So it's kind of like it's got a twisted nature to it and almost looks very grisly. Comes to a point at both ends of the bow. Very dark blue and almost a black that runs through the entire wood. Something about it feels almost sinister. Like you touch it and it's just cold to the touch.
Yeah, so I'll hold that out and I'll say, obviously I have no use for this type of thing, so I figured you might be able to get some use out of it.
Take it and kind of test it a little bit, see how it feels.
Okay.
Draw it back, not dry fire it.
Kalen, if you'll send him that info. I
Yep.
can't find that. I had it saved somewhere, but
Yeah, I'm on it.
I wonder if I actually sent it to you.
Yeah, you did.
I assumed I probably did.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so hopefully you'll find a way to use that more efficiently than I ever could.
It feels like you could do some damage with it.
I'm glad to hear it.
Kind of get bad vibes from it though.
You're free to do with it as you wish.
Aye. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Kaelin.
Of course.
Oh yeah, do I still have the shield that I picked up from that the one guy gave me?
The warlord.
Yes.
Do you? Did you hand it away? I think you gave it away, didn't you?
Did I? I forget what I did with it.
I feel like you gave it to...
I might have given it to Kaelin.
No, because we talked about trading at one point, but we never did. That's why I'm bringing it up now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we talked about it after the session last time, but
Yep.
we didn't actually do it in game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't. I don't think I ever figured out if that shield was magical or anything, because I'm not really good at that.
Nope.
But,
all you see by looking at it is a almost like a bronze shield, like a large bronze shield, with a very scary face on the front of it.
Yeah, I'll retrieve that and say, well, I have this that might be of use to you. I don't really use shields, so it's not really my style, you know. But you use a shield, don't you? Might be of use to you.
Yes, most certainly. I would very much appreciate it.
definitely feels like there's something more to it, but I'm not really good at figuring that kind of stuff out. So maybe you could take a look at it.
Hmm.
I'll hand him the shield.
Okay.
Yep.
Did I send you the information on that? I know what it is. I'm just trying to find it again.
Did you? Let me see. You probably did. I just don't remember.
No worries. I know what it is.
Oh yeah. You did.
Okay, thank you.
I mean,
It's been all. It almost feels like it's been too long, and I had it saved, and I like had it
Yeah.
all up, and so.
Hmm.
Boop, 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 boop,
I'll be
boop,
sure to
boop,
take a look at it in closer detail. Thank you very much.
oh, it's nothing. Tit for tat.
Indeed. Have we heard anything about the renovations? Are they finished yet? Or are they still working down there?
You haven't heard anything.
No power tools going.
Wow.
Dale! Dale! No power tools!
That's my toothbrush.
You
That's
just hear,
not your toothbrush!
you just hear like the ugga thuggas. Dot 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 dot. Nope. You haven't heard anything. You haven't checked. You don't know. It might be done.
I'll look towards Kaz then and say, do you think we should go check and see if the renovations are finished?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how they work, so maybe they're done. I guess let's find out.
We'll head down then.
You go down the steps, take a right into the room. It's done. It's very nice. There's no tools, but the basics are there. The smelter and the workstation for doing whatever, but the tools are missing. You will have to go buy or find.
Yeah, I already did that.
Yep.
Oh, very nice. And are they down here?
Nope.
Oh, I guess they left and didn't mention to tell us.
I didn't even see anyone come in. This is an interesting house.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think I'll get to work right away then. You mentioned that you had to do some shopping of your own?
I do. You need anything?
I believe I have all that's necessary to work. I don't believe I need anything else.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up a few things and come back.
Very nice.
So I would say for the sake of time, you're just looking to get stuff to make a teleportation circle, right?
Yep. I want to buy just the chalks that I need. I'll spend 200 gold on them.
Okay.
200 gold worth of chalk.
That gets you a decent amount of chalk. Yeah, you make your way. You've been there before to Maud.
Yeah.
To the general store, and she has everything that you need. You're able to pick it up within a couple of minutes. You pay, and start making your way back towards the house.
Perfect.
As soon as he leaves, I'll start working.
Sounds good. You begin to fire up the grill, the smelter. Getting it all.
Furnace.
Yeah, the furnace. As it begins to warm up. You're stoking the fire, getting the right temperature. You're not really sure what the right temperature is, though, as this is something you haven't done before.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you looking to do?
I'll start working with that Giant's Flex.
Okay. So, are you looking to... Because I think he gave you a bar, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you looking to melt it down into and then make it into something else?
Yeah, and pour it into a mold.
Okay. So, you get the fire stoking hot, and you stick the Giant's Flex in there, inside of the catch, and you begin to watch it break down slowly. You pour. Well, you don't pour, but you have like the catch full of the Giant's Flex.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do next?
Yep. If there isn't a mold for what I'm looking for yet among the set, then I'll use Stone Shape to make one.
Okay. So what do you towards the set that you bought? What are you looking to make? Like a ring, a glove, or you know what I mean?
The hilt of a longsword.
Okay. So you're looking to make the hilt. There's a basic one, unless you're looking to do something a little more intricate.
No, probably just a basic hilt, as long as it has, just straight up crossguard, nothing fancy, and then a fulcrum to inset the ruby gemstone that I got in it. Then that's fine.
Okay. So it's a
Or the Picasso, not the fulcrum.
yeah, it's a very, very basic crossguard, just very, very basic.
Oh yeah, basic T-shape is all I'm looking for.
That's all it is. For setting the ruby in it, that'll be something that you'll have to either try and figure out how to set it on the hilt once it's either dried, or not dried, but cooled, or if you're going to try and do it while it's cooling. Because the crossguard, the basic crossguard, is just a flat crossguard. There's no inlet for placing a gem or anything like that.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on insetting the ruby into the ricasso.
Okay. So you do pour it into the next container as you watch as it kind of forms the crossguard and begins to cool.
Alright.
And that'll take a little bit as you kind of like dip it in water. You try to cool it, and
You want me to make like a Smith's Tools check at any point?
yeah, here 1 second, because I gotta see making.
I have the PDF. The relevant attribute is strength, so.
Perfect. I'm just looking to see if there's. Okay, so make a strength check to see if you can't hold the to hold the container as you're soaking and dipping the crossguard to make sure you don't break it, because you're trying to hold it and cool it, but at an even rate, so that the metal itself sets properly without cracking.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so I'll definitely enhance ability for strength throughout this process. 21.
Very nice. So, being the studious one that you are, had picked up a book previous to this and did a little reading on blacksmithing and the making of certain iron objects.
And have my brain infused with the knowledge of the gods.
Also, correct. As you kind of close your eyes and you think to yourself, okay, so you dip in even strokes, and you just kind of like in and out, cooling, you hold, you come back out, you throw some sand on the crossguard to give it an even drying and kind of give it a little bit of a grip to it, and you continue to dip it and turn, and you pull it out, and you have a very nice crossguard. And you try to bend it, you kind of clink on it a little bit, and it seems sturdy, very sturdy.
All right, very nice. And then once I have that, I'll start trying to inset the ruby into the ricasso.
Okay, so that's going to be more of a dexterity check, because that's gonna be like a finesse. You're gonna be trying to inset the ruby within the crossguard.
Okay. You want me to make like a jeweler's tools check?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll expend another use of enhance ability for the relevant attribute. And then jeweler's tools. 22.
Very nice. Once again, the knowledge of Shantae that Shantae has given you, the knowledge of all of the years of blacksmithing, the ability to read that and kind of put it to good use. You feel Shantae almost stand behind you in this warm feeling, like all down your arm to your fingers, and it almost guides you as you place the crossguard on the workbench, and you carve out the little set area where you put the ricasso, and you inlet the hold for the gem. As you place it in, and you can feel it set, and you kind of rotate it a little bit, and you push it in, and you manage to make a seal around it. It seems very, very sturdy.
All right, very nice. Okay. Kind of like wipe the sweat off my brow, and I'll say, this is kind of talking to myself. Well, that's the physical portion done. Now I just need to go about producing the light. And so, obviously what I want to do next is, knowing what I know about like condensing radiant energy for like things like guiding bolt and spiritual weapon, I want to start infusing radiant energy into the ruby so that it can produce a blade.
So you're looking to like a pure radiant energy blade?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
You remember the thing that I sent you? That's what I'm working on.
Did you? Is that the last thing you sent me?
Third to the last.
Third to the last. I don't have anything, man. The last thing I have is the last item that you made.
Scroll up to May 30th.
May 30th. 31st, 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 May 30th. Oh, baby, what are you? Okay.
I thought you knew, because remember we had that whole talk?
Nope. I remember the talk now. So, to finish this, there's two things that are going to happen.
Alright.
One, you know that you can, over time, you can continually infuse part of your magical essence or your faith into the gem. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you do know from reading the books that to finish the blade, to bless the blade properly, it needs to be dipped in a true source of Shantae.
Okay.
And there's only two places. One is a temple that was lost eons ago in the War of the Gods. And it's a temple that nobody knows exactly where it is, and it was the main source of worship for Shantae. And there's many books that talk of possibilities and myths of where it may be. They say it's her last resting place before she left Rothos. The second is kind of a wish-wash place. You know of it, but it's somewhere that you don't know if it'll do the proper cleansing unless, you can try, but you're not sure if it'll do exactly what you need it to do. That is in Skarnsvold. There's a temple of worship there it's an offshoot of Thinsveld's temple. It's usually where most of the people in the worshippers of Shantea go. They go to Skarnsvold to try and gather more followers, and it's kind of a offshoot temple of Shantea. But it's the largest one that you know of on the continent. Like,
Gotcha.
just flat out, it's the one that you know the best of.
Okay. The first location, the more like
It's
reliable location, would you say it's of legendary significance?
It would be. It's around that. It's right up in that legendary / some researching may have to be done.
All right. That's all I needed to know.
It is I know where you're going with it. It is a place of true wonder. It is a lot of people of your faith. When they leave Thinsveld, if they don't go to Skarnsvold, it's usually the God help me here. When they go on like a trek, like a holy trek, what is that called?
A pilgrimage.
A pilgrimage. Thank you. They go on this pilgrimage to find this. This is like the truest source of Shantea. It is said, and this is just something that all followers of Shantea know. It is said that this place embodies a pool of her blood almost that was left, and the area around is the purest agricultural area that is known to man. Like, it's just overflowing with like the green and the good of the earth.
All right. I've been waiting to use. Ever since we encountered that white dragon fucker, I knew I was going to use this spell at some point. I just waited to hit level 9.
I knew exactly where you were going, so that's why I just left you the tidbit.
All right. So I'll get started on the infusing portion at least.
Yes.
And then I have to go
shopping. You know that you can give portions of it to your. I mean, at the best, you might be able to get like a dagger out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's if you're like truly focusing and giving your essence to it completely.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I gotta go shopping once again.
Okay. So this all takes you the course of a couple hours.
Yeah.
Like smelting the iron down, getting it into the proper temperature where it's it's malleable, so that you can actually pour it into something else to craft the hilt, and then from the hilt getting it to the point to where it's cool enough that it won't crack, and then making sure that you've dusted it completely and cooled it completely to allow for the metal to set, and then taking it and creating the portion where you inlet the jewel into the pommel. So over the course of a couple hours, you're able to get it done, and it looks very nice for a simple cross hilt with a gem inlet into it. This is the work of like a master smith. You're pretty proud of yourself.
A smith empowered by the gods.
Caitlin getting like worked up, but yes, it's very well done. This is something you would see of like high smithing capability.
Very nice.
I mean, yeah, very nice rolls, dude.
Yeah, so I'll wait then for my next thing since I spent a few hours doing that, so see what everybody else is up to.
Okay. So everybody else over the next couple hours, what are you doing? Kaz, you went shopping, and you got everything that you need, and you've made your way back to the house, and you can just hear Kaylin down there just furiously, like, you can feel, like, you walk down by your room, and you can just feel the heat radiating off of the door into the hallway.
I would just be practicing stuff in my room.
You're just practicing stuff. Okay. Morn's up there like doing karate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, Morn, you're up there kind of just prepping yourself, not meditating, but I mean, your room is the most unique room. Like, you can sit and actually like physically rub your hands on your carpet, and it feels like grass.
Yeah.
It just feels like when the wind blows, it feels like you're literally in your village again, and the wind is whipping through the fields, and you're sitting in the middle of the fields, and it has the smell to it as well.
Yeah, I'll be just in there until probably 3 or 4 hours, or until they come up and get me because Kaz is back.
Okay. Kaz, Andre, Freya, what you up to?
I'm just gonna kind of wait in the main room on the first floor till everybody makes it down.
Okay.
After spending some time to myself in my room, I'm gonna walk out and knock on Morn's door.
Okay. Morn doesn't answer, but the door is slightly cracked. When you look in, you just see Morn sitting cross-legged in the middle of his floor, not staring, but just facing the outer window wall, and you can just see him with his hands his hands are like right next to him, just on the ground. You can see his every couple of seconds, you can see him just like move his fingers through the grass.
I'm gonna very quietly and hesitantly kind of crack the door a little bit and just be like,
Oh, hey. You can come in.
I'm not interrupting anything.
No, you're good. What's up?
I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna sit on the ground and up against his wall.
Okay. The wall has a moss feel to it, and the ground is like the luscious, thickest green grass you've ever felt.
That's what I thought.
It's pretty nice.
So I'm gonna be quiet for a minute and then kind of pull my knees up a little bit and put my arms on my knees and kind of look down. I feel like I need to tell everybody something, but I'm afraid to.
I'll stand up and then walk over and sit there. What's up?
I know what we have to do, and I know what's best, and there's no way around it, but I don't know if I can go.
What do you mean?
You're not coming with us? What's up?
I didn't know Kaz was in the room with us.
Oh, you were in his room. I'm sorry. I thought you were, yeah.
I'm like the voice of Kaz.
Kaz just
Wait,
shows
what?
up like through the door, like, "What's up? What do you mean, bro?"
Really? I've just been sitting in the corner the whole time.
So perfect.
Hey, you can tell me what's going on.
It's really difficult to say. I'm gonna multiple times kind of clear my throat to try to just be strong.
Okay.
Well, so Steinthorn is where I came from. Probably about 6 months before I met everybody. I was there for about most of my life. I don't really know how long. And I was a prisoner there by that baron. Oh, give Ginger a second. I was held captive by the baron that lives there. And he did really awful things since I was, I think, 6 years old. And I know that we have to go there and we have to confront him, and he's partly to blame for all of this. But I'm afraid to go back. And then I'm gonna keep my head lowered, and I'm just gonna undo the buttons on the front of my whatever it's called, tunic.
Yep.
And just pull the right side down to just above the breast so that he can see
The
just
breast?
showing the titty. Wait a
Martin's eyes just like glow wide.
Oh,
Oh
baby.
god.
I ain't
Wait
never
a-
seen an elf titty before.
Way to ruin the atmosphere, you guys. Oh my god.
So I couldn't help it.
Oh.
So what you notice as she God damn it.
Oh, you know what I noticed.
That's a nipple.
Carry on.
So as she unbuttons, at first that's where your mind goes. You're kind of like whoa. But as she does, I mean, she's always worn a tunic, and every time she wears clothes, it's always been tight against the collar, and it's always been about halfway up, always, and it's always covered the entire the entire torso and pretty much down the arms to about the wrists. She's very rarely worn anything above. So as she undoes the top of the tunic and begins to come down to about 5 or 6 buttons down, and she kind of undoes and starts to slide out one of the shoulders. At first you're kind of like, whoa, no. But as you look closely, you notice scars. Lots and lots and lots of scars. Small scars, large scars, scars that seem to almost be like puncture wounds. And then remind me, Freya, but I believe she has
Yeah, there's a brand.
the brand of it's a skull, or not a skull, it's a wolf's like a wolf's face, like a G, but it comes to a wolf's like a howling wolf at the end of it, I believe is what we
Yeah, so it's like a G, it's like a cursive G, but the end of the swirl towards the center has a wolf's head. So it's a
headlights. But
it's a brand, so it's a scar.
Yeah, and
in
it's like a very like when you think of it, you don't really think of anything of it. But if anybody else were to see it, it's it's almost like a very nobility, like cursive G, like a very very nice G, like what like a noble would like put on their, like they would brand under their letters. It's a very cursive G, but it comes to the end of it, at the end of the swirl, is like a howling wolf, like with his mouth open like a bloodied maw. And then just scars everywhere.
Okay, yeah, Martin's face is gonna turn kind of the calm, like relaxed, like emotion it was showing when she came in to much more of a like angry, like rage-induced look, and I'm gonna stand up and try and like breathe pretty heavily and be like, I'm gonna kill that Baron, and then I'm gonna try to like collect myself and eventually just be like, you're not the only one I know that's been hurt by that Baron. He's gonna pay for what he's done.
Hey.
Henri's in the room.
Just honor to the
The first Kaz was in the corner, and now Henri's in the corner.
We're both just doing the edgy thing, lurking in the corner, brooding.
So
Um,
creepy.
I thought you were addressing the whole group, were you not?
No, I'm only in Morn's room.
Oh, never mind.
I'll sit back down again.
uh, I'm not
But-
actually here.
Just be like, hey, if it's like I want you with us, but I already told my sister that she shouldn't come for a similar reason.
She's been there too.
Where she was born too. She was. Well, she's like you, and found out she had to run. They killed her mother for it.
Wow. That's crazy that we came from kind of the same place.
And I
It's a
met her
small
not
world.
too far from my village. Well, I knew the Empire wouldn't be a safe place for her, and convinced my people to let her in.
It was very kind of them.
Yes, I mean, she grew up away from pretty much everything that would have harmed her, so she also didn't really grow up with her people either.
Well, this
But,
is the best place for that. She's safe here.
Yeah. So I want you with us, but be kind of hypocritical to say you have to come when I have already told someone else to stay away.
The hard thing is I don't want to go, and I'm not sure if I can. But I also know that I need to face him too, and if anybody should be the last one to see him alive, I feel like it could be me. But I'm just really scared because I don't want to be a prisoner again. I don't want to go through what I went through again.
We won't let that happen.
I'm gonna try, but just promise that you'll, no matter what happens, don't let me be taken by him, or don't let me be a prisoner again.
I can do it. I can do what needs to be done. The
Thank
Baron
you.
die for what he's done.
I know I need to tell everybody else too. I feel like I've been walking around with a secret, but it's hard to talk about. I'm gonna button back up. Let out a big sigh.
Put the titty away.
Put the titty away.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm. Anytime. Yeah. I don't know what you went through. Obviously, I haven't lived through anything like that, but I know what it does. I know what it feels like to be angry, have rage inside that you don't quite know how to control it sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there for you. Anything happens.
I can't predict how I'll feel. And that's the other worry that I have, is putting everybody in jeopardy, or being in a situation where, I freeze up or something like that. Because sometimes I'm, super angry, but other times I just kind of stand in shock, or I'm paralyzed by fear when I think about him, or when I think that he might be near, or I might get taken back. So I don't really know. I can't predict how that, how all this is going to play out.
We'll all be there for you. All of us. Baron's got nothing against us.
I hope you're right. Oh, should we see if everybody's ready to go?
I think we can head down.
I'm gonna first put my arms out and look at Morin like, requesting a hug.
Yeah. I'll hug
Or
her.
like the arm out, the arm out. Will hug me.
Big man just embraces and pulls you in. It's comfortable, you know. It feels good.
Yeah, I'll give him a really tight squeeze. Thank you for always being there for me. And we'll head downstairs.
Okay. Henri, are you doing anything?
Now just hanging out, checking out what they did with the place, I guess.
Okay. It's pretty fucking cool as you walk around. The changes that have been made are pretty high end. It's actually kind of surprising. And you were shown that you have a partial room that's butts up against Selena's room. Like you have to go into a room but then take a sharp left and there's like another offset room.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking around, touring the digs.
A couple hours pass. You guys all begin to kind of make your way towards the main area. Kalen, you would be just finishing up the hilt and insetting the ruby. And you can start making your way upstairs if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You guys find Cass sitting in the study. Cass?
Everyone ready to go?
Yeah, before we lose too much daylight.
It's probably right around like 1-ish. And a small lunch has been prepared and set on the table.
Small.
I mean, it's not like the breakfast. It's like the equivalent of like sandwiches.
I'm not gonna eat anything.
I'm gonna eat a lot, but keep one sandwich in my backpack.
That's good. Your sister comes running down the stairs and gives you a big hug. Tells you to be safe again.
I'll be back before you know it.
I know.
Mostly for this food, or if anything. Don't burn the place down.
It's not me you have to worry about. Yvonne's kind of a little bit of a cooker, so we'll see what she does. I heard that!
Well, everybody, nobody's gonna eat, or if you've all already eaten everything, should we head out?
Let's do it.
Wait, any other preparations to make before we leave?
Oh, for the sake of time, Ginge, I'd like to get 2 health potions.
Okay. So we'll say that you had told Kaz to do it when you guys were in town. So you're just looking for regular health potions?
Yeah.
I think they're like, what are they, like 50 gold? 20 gold. Not that much.
Wait, how much healing do they do? Is that like the 2d4 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
I might want the next best thing then.
Potion of healing. Yeah, so a regular potion of healing is 50 gold.
And then what's the next one up?
It is a greater. And that is... So, In order is a common healing potion is 2d4 plus 2. A greater healing potion is 4d4 plus 4. A superior is 8d4 plus 8. And then a supreme is 10d4 plus 20.
Let's just do the next best one. I think you said it was
The
greater.
Okay.
Greater.
So that is going to run you greater.
I think either 200 or 250, depending on which book you're looking at.
So we'll say that since you've done a lot of business, you were able to haggle to 180. Because you'd went
Then
at
I
the
want
same
two
time
of
that
them.
Kaz had, yeah. Oh, 2? So
360 then.
roughly ish, yeah.
Okay.
We'll say 340 since you buy 2, plus what Kaz had bought, $200 worth or 200 gold worth of chalks and whatnot. You got kind of like a bulk deal.
Got it. Okay, so I got this really quick. 340. Okay, so I'm set then.
Okay.
Once I got done finished doing what I needed to do, I probably would have known that I needed to get the components necessary for legend lore, so. And now that I'm out of personal funds, after buying that fucking gemstone that was like 700 fucking gold, I'll kindly ask Freya if I could start taking out of my share, if she would be so generous.
Freya?
I'm sorry, what? I was adding the potion to my equipment.
May I requisition some funds of my own now that I am out of personal funds?
Oh, of course.
Okay. One use of legend lore is 450. So I'll pick up 2 uses for 900. Or no, it'd be 650 because the ivory strips they don't go away, only the incense goes away.
Yes. So, what do you need for the components again?
Incense worth 250, which goes away, and then
You're able to
4
get that
ivory,
easily.
and then 4 ivory strips, each worth 50 GP, which don't go away.
You're able to get 2 ivory strips.
Okay.
So, how much?
That would be incense is 250, and then ivory strips for 2 uses. That would be 650.
Alright, take that out of the party pot.
Now I have 2 uses of legend lore. Okay, very nice. All right, I'm all set.
Okay, so Kaz, do we need to go to wherever that teleportation circle is here?
Nope, we can go anywhere that has space. So maybe the main room. If we want to go there.
Okay.
And then I'll just start drawing a circle with some runes in it. Takes 1 minute to do with the chalks that I just bought.
So this chalk circle is going to get us to Canby?
To Thane's house.
Shit. Could I have bought some potions before we left? Before we leave?
Yeah, we'll say that the whole Kaz thing did a bulk. So,
Okay.
What are you looking to get?
How much would like a superior and like 2 graders run me?
2 graders will run you 360 gold, and then a superior is how much is a superior? I don't know if she's gonna have one though.
I don't even know how much I have. Let me see.
Yeah. So she doesn't have a superior healing potion.
Mhm.
But she does have the last 2 greater healing potions, and then you pretty much cleaned her out. So
You said
that'll run you about 360 gold, or 180 apiece.
Does she have any like regular healing potions?
Yeah, she has 6.
How much
gold,
are those?
50 gold apiece.
Okay. She said the graders are 180.
Correct.
I'll get a grader and 2 regulars then.
Okay, so
260.
180, yeah.
Or 280. 280.
Yes, 280.
Wait. 80. Remove. And 2 more of those. Okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
Anybody else?
I think we're square now.
Okay.
So Kaz drew the circle on the floor.
He begins to, as you watch him begin to get down on the floor, and he starts doing arcanic runes in like a large circle. Takes him about a minute or so, as you see him inscribe on the floor. And as he holds the last symbol, he looks at all of you. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He inscribes the last circle, and you watch as this main area lights up in a pale blue, like a pale blue, just like light, that just straight to the ceiling. And and Kaz, you would know, you have 6 seconds, and you just start rushing. You just start telling him, in, go, 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 go.
Like jumping out of an airplane, just getting a line.
Yep. So you guys
Go.
all start running towards the light, and just you guys can feel yourself sucked through like a pulling sensation. And it's almost like a vacuum, and you close your eyes, and you can feel the breath leave your body for a second. And as you go to like take your breath, and you can't take your breath, all of a sudden you feel yourself stumble in a dark room. And it's not cramped, but it's small. And then you hear clack, 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 clack. And you hear a key and a door. And a small figure stands before you. Welcome. And he like turns around and walks back in.
What a
Ha- have I ever gone through a portal before?
No.
Probably feeling a little ill.
The majority of you, I would say, are probably feeling a little nauseous.
Kaz, I feel like my insides are on my outsides.
A little bit of a rough landing.
Should have
Yeah, we should have walked.
I wonder
I
if
feel-
that's what weightlessness feels like.
I feel great.
Good for you. Glad you're feeling okay.
As I'm fighting back the urge to vomit.
Just a dry
Where-
heaving Andre.
Where are we? Because I imagine that the little portal section in Thane's house was only showed to Kaz. So we wouldn't have any recollection of this room.
Nope.
So, where
Yeah.
the hell are we?
Oh, please tell me this went to the right place.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly where it was, but let's peek out of the closet the butler opened up and see if we recognize it part of the house we're in.
Okay. You are in. As you peek out and look, it's a hallway, and to your left, there's kind of like a open doorway, and then it continues on, and you can see like stairs straight ahead of you.
I think we head down these stairs, guys.
If you say so. Are you
Well,
sure you know where we are?
There's like straight ahead. It's like stairs going up.
Oh,
Yep.
but nothing else.
Well, and there's like a doorway to your left, like an opening.
Good night.
Good night to you too.
Gute Nacht.
So I'll go up the stairs. And if anybody else wants to go.
Well, so as you walk down the hallway towards the stairs in front of you, you look to your left and there's the kitchen opening and then the wall that's lined with all the alcoholic beverages that you guys took from Thane.
I'm going to look back at everybody. You guys, we're in Thane's house.
As Kaz said, we would be.
I'm going to go up into the kitchen section and look at the alcohol assortment.
Can't say I've ever had the pleasure.
Oh, Thane's got
Well-
a good spread.
Yeah, well, Andre,
it goes without saying, I check if there's scorpion tail.
There's none. That's been replenished since the last time you were there.
I'm going to keep looking and double checking and triple checking.
Sounds good.
Andre, there's a lot of free alcohol here, so help yourself.
Morn's become an addict.
I don't know if it's technically free. I think we just steal it regularly.
No, it's free.
As you
Right.
watch as the butler stands opposite of you, on the opposite side, and just stares at you, just
I'm gonna look down at him. Don't look at me like that. We earned this.
We just saw Thane. And
Yeah, we just
I
saw
saw Thane and I apologized to him for taking it, and he was like, "Yeah, it's totally fine. Feel free to take."
make a deception check.
Oh shit!
Oh god. Oh, no.
But didn't he
Oh,
actually tell us
boy.
something like that?
Similar. That was a
I mean-
lie. That was definitely a
He
lie.
definitely did not.
He kind of said like,
He did say it was fine, but he didn't say you could take more.
yeah,
it was a half truth.
Not the same
the
way.
Yeah.
The way Morn told it.
Yeah,
it
That was
a lie.
definitely deception.
So he disappears. The butler does. He just like walks around the corner for right now.
I'm gonna grab a couple of bottles of the hard stuff and put it in my pack.
Oh yeah, while he's gone, I'm loading up.
Okay. Does a 17 hit you, Freya?
oh,
Yes.
Okay. All of a sudden, you hit 7 points of electric damage as something shocks you right in the ass.
I'm gonna whip around to look and see what it was.
The butler is standing behind you holding a little prod, and at the end of it are 2 little forks. And he points at you again, and you watch as a
Fucking medieval taser.
Can I like
and
reach?
and he shakes his head and points at the bottles on the wall.
Can I like reach down and quickly grab it out of his hands?
Okay. Make a grapple. His athletics
So-
versus yours.
Oh, athletics.
Oh. Go ahead, roll.
Shit. Fuck you.
Funny.
You got a nat 20. I got a nat 1. But I got
So-
a 0 because I'm -1 in strength.
Oh yeah. So
oof.
you were like, oh, what the fuck? And you turn around and you're like, and you like reach down towards it. 7. No, so as you reach down towards it, he slaps your hand away and sticks the prod at your face and just barely misses you. Like, you can feel the, your eyebrows and the hair on the side of your head, like, stand on edge and singe as he just barely misses you.
I'm gonna, like, grit my teeth and glare at him. You little shit!
And he, like, jabs at you again and, like, points you in the opposite direction and starts, like, jabbing you away from the wall. You and Morn. He's, like, walking towards anybody towards the wall and, like, jabbing at you now.
I'm gonna point at him. Listen, your master got a free peep show. I think I get as much alcohol as I want.
He just keeps prodding at you. And he's, like, instead of, like, allowing you in the home now, he's, like, he's kind of, like, herding you towards the door.
I'm gonna grumble and walk away.
Okay. He's, like, walking behind all of you now and has, like, started ushering you towards the door.
I'm gonna just give him like a couple pieces of gold. Like, thanks for letting us in and
Showing us out.
showing us out.
I've just got my hands up. I'm like, I'm out of here. You won't hear from me again.
Okay.
And I'll actually pull out my fucking pack, the 3 books that I borrowed from Thang's library, and I'll give them to him.
He looks at you and gets, like, an even angrier scowl.
Oh
And just,
no!
Yeah, he just keeps ushering you guys towards the door, and he's, like, angrily waving this wand thing now, and just, like prodding at all of you.
Yeah,
Caitlin,
before
I
I
think
move, how much liquor was I able to get before he came back?
I don't know. Are you going to check your bag? Did you?
Yeah, I mean,
did you grab them and you're
As
shoving
soon
in your
as
bag?
as soon as he left the room, I started putting some in my bag,
Okay.
and then he came back. I guess I was wondering how much I got before he came back.
I would say. And do you have the bag of holding?
I don't. I just threw it in my backpack.
Okay. I would say you got about 3 or 4.
Okay, yeah, I don't stop putting some in my backpack. I ignore him.
You ignore him as he's prodding you away from the thing?
I'm gonna actually grab the thing.
You're going to try and grab it too? Well, he's going to make an attack first. So that's a
Yep.
16.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that's 8 points of damage.
Okay, and then I'm gonna attempt to grab the taser out of his hand.
Okay. So his athletics versus yours.
Athletics, you said?
I believe it's athletics. Ooh, you got an 18. So you managed to grab the end of it, and he's holding on to it. And he's not letting go, but you guys you're holding it, and he's no longer prodding you with it. And you're just like holding it at this point. And you guys are kind of in this like little power struggle. And this little like tiny guy is like holding on as you're like whipping it back and forth, and you're like, give it to me.
I think Caitlin giving him the books back was probably like salt in a wound.
Okay, yeah. So while I'm holding that with one hand, I'm just gonna like quickly grab like 3 more bottles or whatever,
Okay. So
and then set it down.
realizing that he can no longer prod you, you watch as his eyes go large, and he's going to cast Charm Person on you.
Oh.
So that's a
Oh.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, oh.
Oh, I
Yeah.
failed.
As you guys turn around, as you guys are like pretty close to the door, and you watch, and you're kind of like it's one of those moments like, stop picking on the child, Morn. He's like not even up to your ankles. And you watch him grab it, and he's kind of like whipping this little like person back and forth with this prod, as all of a sudden he stops, and his eyes go wide, and he just stands there. And the little person pulls his prod back and just... And Morn you just turn around and start placing the bottles back on the wall.
Oh no!
You had
The worst.
about 6.
Yeah, I put the 6 bottles back in the shelf.
And then you turn and start walking towards the door.
I think at this point, our only options forward are to go get the mounts and leave, or murder Thane's butler.
I'm gonna,
Option
like,
A is
Well,
whisper-
once I'm uncharmed, I will, option I'll pick.
I'm going to vote A, but
I'm gonna whisper under my breath, "Murder this son of a."
Over a few bottles of alcohol.
I'm still
now
charmed, so I'm gonna
He
get mad at
prodded
Freya.
me.
So yeah, so
Alright.
that being said,
He's protecting his
Morin's
master's
arm
property.
goes large, like he is like outstretched like a big tree, and he's literally shoving you all towards the door.
As soon as Freya says I want to kill that guy, I'm gonna be like, he's my friend. And I'm gonna get actually kind of angry.
What the hell, Morn?
And he like does a motion like this, and Morn picks Freya up by the collar of your shirt and lifts you up and begins walking you out the door.
I'm gonna swat at his arms.
Doesn't even phase you.
Put me down! You were
the-
trying to take that stuff too. Why are you on his side?
The
I'll put
moment
it back.
the moment you exit, the spell ends. The door closes behind you and locks. And you guys' horses are tied in front of the house.
I'm gonna turn and glare at Morn.
Hey,
you've snapped
Bruggen.
at Morn.
Hey, Bergen. I'm gonna run up to Bergen.
Big.
Oh wait, I knew I was charmed, didn't I?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
yeah. You would definitely know.
That damn butler. I'm gonna like stomp angrily.
That bitch, Carol Baskin.
The next time I'm in there,
Husband.
I'm
Whack.
taking everything, and then I'll tell Thane gave it. And I'm gonna go find Bergen. Give
Bergen
him a
is
pat on the.
big old horse is just tied up, and he looks very healthy, very well fed, brushed.
I give him a big pat on the neck.
He looks like he's grown a little bit.
He's drunk a little bit.
No, grown.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Like he's bigger. He almost seems thicker.
Ask my boy.
He's a thick boy.
The thick boy.
That's a thick boy.
Damn boy, he thick. That's a thick ass boy.
Jesus God.
Yeah, but before anyone else gets a chance to like walk up to the horses, I'm gonna start putting my stuff in Bergen's saddlebags.
And they've all been saddled up. They've been brushed. They're ready. They're eating right now, but they look like they're ready to go and they're fresh.
Well, I believe I was riding Britta last time, so I'm going to go and hop on Britta. I think we had Bergen, Britta, and Brutus. Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
And
Some hop on Britta.
they recognize Morn, smell. Britta recognizes you by smell, and then Brutus. Who rode Brutus last time?
I don't remember who
I feel
doubled
like
up.
It was Kalen.
I think we did it. We did Freya and Ping, or no? I think we did me and Ping and Freya and Kaz. That's how
Yeah.
we did it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think Britta was a smaller horse, almost more slender. Bergen was a large Clydesdale type horse, and then I believe Brutus was also a
Yeah.
Standard.
I doubt any other kind of horse could carry Morn. He's just a thick boy. You need a thick boy to carry a thick boy.
Jesus God.
Bergen's a thick boy.
Okay, no more of that.
That's the name of this episode. We found
Damn
it.
boy, he thick.
That's a thick ass boy.
Yep. I'm definitely killing you guys this episode.
Rocks fall, everyone dies,
Suddenly-
including the horses.
Suddenly, Kalen goes into a rage, and the goddess Shantae embodies his body and tells him to slay all.
We're trampled by the horses.
He got-
Shantae like controls the horses, and they turn against it.
How thick is Shantae?
Pretty thick.
Ask me. Oh yeah,
I
she's
mean,
thick.
she's a farm girl. What do you think?
Oh yeah, she's
Oh
thick.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a field
Oh,
girl.
yeah.
That's all.
I kind of get why Kalen worships her.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all farm muscle. There's no like there's no lifting. That's all. That's hay. That's baling. That's alfalfa. She is born in the north. She's a northern girl. She's a farm girl.
Yo, killing your guy is thick.
Jesus Christ.
Like you would know.
Oh. Oh, Kaylin with the witty comeback. Get lit. So,
I'm gonna hop on Britta.
you guys mount your horses.
Who am I riding with?
To you.
Or, I mean, I could always just walk.
We are riding.
There's a space on either
Britta or
Freya's
Britta's.
horse or Kaz's horse. Or Kaylin's horse. Kaylin or Freya's. Because you're of smaller stature, so it doesn't matter
Yeah.
the way you go. You or Kaz.
Yeah, because they're
I'll
both.
hop on with Kaylin.
Kaz is riding with me again.
You guys
Dynamic duo.
mount your horses and begin your trek westward. So we'll
Port
say,
Porval.
are you guys going to Port Porval, or are you guys heading your way straight to Steinthorn? What is the plan?
From Canby, how
I
far
just-
is it to Preval? How long of a ride?
About 3 or 4 days, but with 3 or 4 days walking. So I would say with horseback, probably about 2.5 days.
I assumed that we're stopping in Port Porval.
I might get. Well, I was gonna say late in the day because it's gonna take a couple days anyway.
Yeah, Port Porval to Canby is about a day's ride. So where you guys are now, you guys might have to stop about halfway.
Right, we're not in Canby. We're outside of Canby.
Yep. Remember, his house was on the
Yeah, I remember.
right on the outskirts of town. Yeah, he likes the privacy. He owns
Hey.
a large plot of land with not a mansion, but a larger home.
I guess we could go to Port Preval just because it's gonna take us a couple of days. Then we can. I mean, if we have to get supplies or whatever, and then move on.
So if we're walking, are we just estimating that each one of these hexes is like a day's travel ish?
Roughly-ish, yes.
I mean, I know we're not gonna be trying to be exact, right?
Yeah, I didn't really think about that when I built the map.
Yeah,
It was
I know.
hastily put
That's why I'm.
The next map is going to be fucking huge because I feel like I ran out of space on this one, and it just feels like everything is so crammed. So, yeah. The next map I've already started, and I've been taking my sweet time. So, that way I can actually have a map where you guys are like, okay, it's going to take us 3.5 months to get from here to here.
Yeah,
This one, it's like, it just feels like everything is so meh. I almost want to redo the map.
Sometimes
I like this map a
sometimes,
lot.
sometimes it's good to have like places that are close together, but like if they're too close together, like I played in a game where literally like every other place was like we could get there within a day.
Yeah. I don't
Like
It
we crossed an entire like fucking huge ass bay, like the size of the Gulf of Mexico, in like 2 days. I think it was like it seemed
It
a
can be
little
fun
like
to
the scale seemed a little off.
Multiple.
It's
the
fun.
advantage of a
I have
small map.
nothing. There's nothing wrong with the map. I just feel like
Yeah.
there's more
No, I think
things
this is a good map.
I'd like to add to it. I can't really at this point.
Yeah, because it's an island.
Correct.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's kind of the way I'm playing this. That you guys don't know any of that, but yeah, it's just basically an island. So, but, so are you guys doing anything in Port Porval? Or are you guys just basically going there, maybe resupplying, and then taking off for Steinthorn? I'm just thinking in terms of expediency / storyline.
Doesn't Port Porval have that stable with all the exotic animals?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we got these horses.
That's where we get the horses. Yep.
We are richer now. Though Morton
We already have horses though. Do you mean like trade them in and get different ones?
I mean, I don't even think Morton personally knew about the stables.
Oh, good point. Because it
would
was
have
just me and
been- Yes, thank you.
I wouldn't say anything just because we have horses, so I wouldn't feel the need.
So you guys gonna bypass it and just go straight? Because it takes
Yeah.
it takes about a quarter of a day. Cause see how it branches off before the bridge. It takes about a
Yeah.
quarter of a day to branch off into Port Porval versus towards Steinthorn.
So I would say we just head straight to Steinthorn.
Okay.
Probably
so-
want to lessen our
Yeah.
time in Empire civilization as much as possible anyway.
Yeah. In fact, we don't even necessarily need to stop in Port Proval.
Yeah, I think we're well provisioned enough to make the journey.
Yeah.
They've got food, and water, and potions. If anything happens.
Okay. So we'll say it takes you roughly about 3 days. You know, you're not stealthily making your way through the land, but you're not in a dead sprint. So you're taking your time to pay attention to the surroundings. You're watching the main road for passerbys and carriages, carts, whatnot. Whoever is like leading the group, make a perception roll for me. And you can
I'll
make
roll.
it
If we're on horses, I might be in front.
okay. And you can roll with advantage if somebody's helping you.
Damn.
Okay. Well, you won't need it. More on the thing that you notice as you guys are making your way along the main road, there is a lot of black cloaked, black armored, like not guard. Well, it'd be like guards, but like militaristic looking individuals that are lining basically almost every like 5 or 10 minutes. You see like a group of like 4 to 5 of them.
Okay.
Clutch my cloak tight around my neck, kind of, to keep it close on my face so it doesn't accidentally fly back or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hiding all traces of my skin if possible.
One thing that you guys would notice, so when you guys were in Mugthal, it was kind of the middle-ish to end of winter. Between the time of Mugthal back to Jupiter, from Jupiter, your time spent there, and now back into the Empire, it's early spring. The weather is very nice. I would say probably like 68, 70 degrees. A little bit of a humidity to it, but it feels nice. So, what you'll notice too is Canby to Port Porval, it's a not marshland, but kind of a almost like a like field type field to it. As you cross the bridge over into the southern or the western part of the continent, it opens into grasslands, green, lush grasslands. And as you continue riding, about an hour goes by into the third day, as you feel like you're getting close towards Steinthorn. Freya, the feeling starts to creep up. Like you're like you get that like that stomach, like that heart in your throat type feeling.
Oh, you feel your heartbeat in your
Yeah.
stomach and
As you
whatever.
as you see it in the distance, about a mile off or half a mile off, you notice all of you notice the landscape change dramatically. It goes from green, lush, like fields, like rolling fields, to think of like Halloween Town, or not Halloween Town, the night before Christmas. Like the grass, like is almost wilted and dried up, and the trees, they're not dead, but they look dead. And the landscape kind of takes on a dreary, almost like Halloweenish type feel, as the landscape just like perpetually changes around you. All of a sudden you go from like you know when you're like you're driving cross country or anything like that, and you're like it's just sunny and great, and you can look in the distance and you see like just clouds, and then you cross over it, and then all of a sudden it almost becomes like perpetual like night. You cross over, and it just goes from the sunny and grass and green feel to this like downtrodden, like overcast, partially rain. Like if you smelled the air, it would almost smell like it just rained previous.
Damp and dreary,
Petrichor.
creepy.
Mm-hmm.
We can see Steinthorn off in the distance, or we can see that land.
Well, that land.
type-
As you guys continue to ride for about another hour or so, you make out the outskirts of Steinthorn, a familiar sight to one of you. As you begin to get closer, the black wood gates, giant gates, that encompass this large town that butts up against the bay of the ocean. You set your eyes upon Steinthorn.
Gonna be very quiet and just kind of grip hold of whatever I can. So probably the reins, if I'm the front, the reins of the horse. Just kind of grip it tightly. Just keep moving forward.
And there's smaller farmlands around Steinthorn, but as you get closer, you notice the two doors opened wide. It's about, I would say it's probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. But if you were from anywhere else in the land, you would think that it's probably about 6 or 7 o'clock at night right now.
Just because it's so dark and dreary.
Correct. But there's 2 sets of guards on each side of the main doorway, and they seem to be checking people's identifications as they enter.
I'm gonna drop my horse back next to Freya and ask, "Are you okay?"
I'm trying to be. Probably don't want to be seen by anybody. Just rocking out. I don't know how we're gonna.
Yeah, I'll
get
keep my horse like right next to Freya's.
Okay.
Oh, how we're gonna.
Is there a way in besides the front gate?
Damn it! I was just about to try to talk to Caitlin. He goes AFK.
Well, yeah, we can talk until he comes back, but probably not gonna be walking through the front gates.
Freya, you would know there's 3 sets of gates. There's the main gate, and then there's 2 side gates. The 2 side gates are a lot smaller, and usually used for like farm and produce being brought into the city. They usually get traded there. Nobody actually goes through the gates, but the produce, cattle, whatnot is traded at those gates.
How far away from the gates are we right now?
1,000 feet or so.
We were just barely starting to be able to see, so maybe further than that.
Yeah. I mean, you're a little ways out. Like, you're just kind of seeing the
Okay, yeah.
front.
If we can just see it, I might actually just get off my horse then. Is there like a trainer by I could tie it to?
Yeah, there's like a stump.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Know of a couple of ways that we can try getting in. There's a couple of other gates that aren't used infrequently. This is more the main gate that people use to get in and out of the city. We can try using the gate on the side.
I'm gonna look up at the sky and thinking that it's like 7 o'clock. Be like, hey, before we talk about going in, do we want to even spend the night in Steinthorn? It might be safer out here a ways.
would know that it's probably not late in the day yet, just because.
You would know it's not too late in the day. It's kind of a deceiving thing. You also know that the outskirts of Steinthorn at night, especially along the main road, is a lot of robberies happen.
Actually not late yet. It's just kind of the effect that this area has. Probably maybe mid to late afternoon.
I'm gonna let out a yawn and be like, "Oh, really? It feels later than that."
It's not, so I don't know if we want to. And still, we still might have a pretty good amount of time just to maybe scope it out. But we also, when we do make camp, we're just going to want to make sure that we're far off of the main road, just because this area tends to have a lot of shady individuals that kind of walk up and down through here. Everybody good with going in now, or do you want to spend the day and the night outside for now?
I'm perfectly fine with that.
We want to take a rest up, like set up.
We're gonna have to go in at some point. I figure why delay?
If you're up to it, I'm down to go now. You mentioned 3 gates. You said.
Yeah.
Probably.
So there's the main gate, and then there's a couple side gates that aren't used very frequently. But yeah, I mean, it's enough in the day still. We probably have plenty of time.
The main gate's probably less suspicious.
As you guys are beginning to talk, it starts to drizzle a little bit.
Well, that's not helpful. We're not going to want to use the main gate. They're going to check our identification. And we aren't individuals that would be identified in a way that would allow us to go inside as anything other than like prisoners.
I mean, we could always disguise ourselves. No?
We'd still have to have identification, though.
It's not more. It's not like a card, like an identification card. It's more of a. They have like a list of faces, kind of pictures, like wanted pictures, and basically they just make you take your hoods off so they can see your face, and then they look through their little pamphlet and basically go, no, these guys are good.
Would I know? I would know that they check everybody's faces against a list that they have.
Yeah.
So then I would relay that they have a log of people's faces that they're supposed to keep an eye out for, and being that we're being tracked, we all might very likely be on that list. So even if a couple of us had the ability to disguise ourselves, that's not going to help everybody else.
Anyone from the Obsidian Eye would recognize us at this point.
Yeah, so if we're on, and if any of us are on that list, it wouldn't be safe to go through that main gate. I feel like it would be safer to go through the side gate, just because I doubt that they're going to have anybody checking there. Or if they are, it might be easier to sneak in.
Yeah, I trust you. That decision makes sense.
Well, let's case the joint then. Find a good route of ingress.
Alright, so then I'm gonna lead everybody to one of the side gates.
Okay. It takes you a little while, but you manage to make your way around the city, close to the water's edge, and you make your way close towards the town, where you're able to see the side gate, and there are people that are trading and doing things.
And there's And I see the gate, and it doesn't look like it's being guarded or anything.
There's there's two guards, one on each side of the gate right now, and they seem to be talking to an individual right now. And the individual who's talking to them is kind of like leaning in, and they seem to be talking really close.
Anybody have any ideas from here?
Roll a perception check, Freya. Okay.
Well, we have to try to get in. I don't know what these guards are gonna. They probably don't have a list.
The individual at the gate walks through. And you see the guards. Both the guards go from opposite sides of the gate to standing in the center again.
I doubt they have a list, but the problem is going to be they're going to ask questions about what our business is here and where we're coming from. And anybody with hoods is probably going to be required to take them down.
Oh, I think we lost Morn.
Oh.
Oh, he's back. I think. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay, good. So we'll see again. Anybody have any ideas? No. Do we just run in? Is everybody cool with just running in? Just gonna run on in?
I don't think that's advisable.
Yeah, I'm just like actually clueless.
I'm completely
Yeah, I'm the
clueless.
same way.
Fuck.
Fucking shit. I am going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
I will do the same.
I am not going to change my appearance much. I'm just going to make my eyes both hazel color. And then I'm just going to make it so that my ears look normal.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I'm going to do.
Change my skin color to match more closely the humans that I see around. And hair color shifts from the sort of ashen gray, almost white, to kind of a mouse colored brown. And tattoos go away, ears round out and shrink down to human size. And tattoos are gone. Eyes stay the same though.
Okay.
I'm gonna change appearance to the one that I changed my token to. I've been him before.
Yep. And
So
you
I
guys
think-
watch as Kaz just kind of like molds and the face and body just change.
Oh, yes. Our traveler dude. Our bro.
I'm back, bro.
What up, bro?
Chabra.
good?
Chabra.
What's good, bruh?
Yeah, Chabra. Chabra.
I think the last time that woman was on this side of the Evercrest Mountains, she lit a town on fire when we were trying to get on Captain what's his name's boat when we all almost died. So she may be made, so I probably won't be her for a while.
How convenient that you can just
Why do
be
you
whoever
think I
you
was
want.
over here rolling?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, if anybody asks, we're coming from Port Preval. I
They
guess.
might recognize me.
I don't think these guards have a list, but I mean, a couple of us could go, and then
Well,
maybe
what-
signal on the other side if it's safe,
That's a good idea.
just so that we don't all go in together. And
At least learn if they're identifying people.
Maybe we'd tell them we're looking to sell these horses.
We're not though.
I know.
no, don't worry, Bergen's not going anywhere. We're just gonna tell them that we are.
Oh, okay.
We're here. We're here to get provisions and look to see what they have for trade and see if we can trade the horses or something.
Don't worry, Bragan. I'm not trading you.
All right, who's volunteering as tribute to go through first and signal if it's safe?
Whoever's disguised, right?
Yeah.
I am probably the most unknown out of all of you. I can go.
I guess I will go with you.
Alright then.
Okay, so you begin
Oh,
to make
what's
your
in
way
the
towards
signal
the gate.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, good point. Signal. How's it
As you,
signal?
guys, as you guys are walking away. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
What
Wait,
about?
wait.
I didn't think about the signal part.
Oh,
Kaylin, when you see us go through, can you do your sending just to ask if it's safe, and then that way I can reply that it's safe?
Absolutely. I did manage to prepare it since I figured we might need something for a social situation.
Perfect. All right.
Or you could just come back out if it's not safe.
If it's safe, as in they're not checking for identifiers, then it's safe for everybody just to come through. Obviously, if they're checking, I'll make sure to advise on that.
Okay.
All right, Henri, are you ready?
yep. Just me, a normal human girl, strutting into town without a care in the world, despite my sub-century life expectancy.
Howdy. Why is there a cat on breasts? What is that?
What? I don't know.
What?
You two begin to make your way towards the
What the fuck?
towards the main gate. The two individuals kind of notice you guys walk up. Halt.
Kitty titties.
Kitty titty. Halt. What business do you have here?
And if I didn't mention it, we took. I have Britta with me.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
What business do you have here?
Greetings, y'all.
We are but simple travelers. We seek shelter for the night and possibly some
I love that
provisions
reaction.
for our travels.
Yes, we're looking for a safe place to bed down and look to see if we can trade anything for our fine horse here.
This is for produce and vegetables and cattle. That's not cattle. Why didn't you go through the front gate?
Oh,
Oh,
well, there was a really, really long line at the front gate, and they said that there was a way to get in over here too. And since we're just looking for a place to stay, and it's just me and my friend here and our horse, that it wouldn't be any trouble because we didn't have any supplies that needed to be checked at the gate.
Please remove your hoods.
My hood.
hold up.
Oh, he's got fucking list.
like a minute or two goes by, and it's just quiet, dead quiet. It's just you see him flipping through a bunch of pages. I do not recognize you. If you would please take to the front gate. This is for selling. This is not for, unless you wish to sell the cattle, the horse right here. If you do, we can take the horse right here, but then you would need to be on your way as well.
Well, I don't understand. You just checked to make sure that we're okay. So why can't we come in through here?
Because I was checking to make sure you're not somebody that I should arrest on the spot. So, if you wish to enter into Steinthorn, you would want to go towards the front gate.
I'm gonna put the back of my hand on my forehead and kind of let out a sigh. You're gonna make 2 journey-wearied women go all the way back to the front gate when we're standing right here, and you know that we're okay because you just checked your list. And have a heart, sir.
Make a persuasion check.
This is fantasy. That women card doesn't apply.
I mean, yeah, our supplies are running low. Haven't had much food the
Do it
past
with
few days.
advantage, since he was helping you. Okay. You watch him for a second, like, lean in, start talking to the guard next to him. 50 gold a piece. You can enter.
50 gold a piece?
If you don't like it, go to the front gate and get checked in like other normal people.
Do we look like we have a lot of gold? We're trying to sell our horse.
That's not my problem. Go to the front gate then.
Let's just go to the front gate. I think it'll be less trouble.
Well, good riddance to you then for not being very helpful. I'm gonna walk away very angeredly, stomping my feet with the horse.
Have a good night.
Oh, rotten hell, you son of a bitch. I mutter under my breath, like whispering, like not even the horse could hardly hear me, so not something you heard.
Okay.
Triggered.
By the way, the DC was 17.
Damn.
Book!
But
We tried.
you make your way away from the front gate, or the side gate, I should say.
And I'm actually gonna head not straight to the front gate, but back towards the group.
Okay.
Well, yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say it takes you a little bit, but you managed to make your way to the group.
Well, unfortunately, they're checking faces at the side gate as well. Fortunately, myself and Henri were not on the list, or not recognizable enough to be on the list. And so we were okay, but they still wanted us to go through the main gate. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what faces they have on that list, or if we should just try like sneaking in some other way. Or I don't know, Kaz, do you have any tricks where if maybe we can get inside, if you can teleport to us or something, or I don't know.
No.
We might be able to get them to show us the list.
How do we do
Yeah.
that?
Well, we could always say, pretend like play stupid and pretend that we don't know anything about the wanted people in this area, and be concerned and say, "Oh, we should know who to look out for, shouldn't we?" We
It's an excellent idea.
get kidnapped or otherwise by these dangerous criminals.
So we could try that at the front gate, since obviously the side gate's been exhausted.
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna play it off that we're traveling and that we hear that there's a lot of, I don't know, shady individuals traveling around, and we're worried that we've come into contact with people before, and we're basically worried about who should trust or who not to trust.
Okay, so you're making your way back towards the gate, and you're gonna try and swing that story.
No, I mean we're talking about it.
Okay.
We'll bring it up when we see when we see the list.
Okay.
Yes, but that's only us getting inside. Then how do we get everybody else inside? Especially if you don't see the list. How do we know if anybody else is safe just walking? Exactly. Nobody can answer that question. That's the dilemma. Little help here, Ginge. Throw us a bone.
That is a trouble, isn't it?
So what are you looking to do? Are you going towards the side gate?
No, we're gonna go back to the... We don't like the people at the side gate. They're not
Okay.
helpful.
So you're going to the front gate.
So we probably go to the front gate. So we already know that we're not on the list. So at least me and Henri. But the issue is we don't know how to get everybody else in. We don't know if the list even has
Yeah.
their faces on it. So we were trying to see if we could...
It's more than Kalen that we're worried about, really.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So-
Places are probably on the list, but
Kaz can be whoever she wants.
Yep.
who's ever able to get in, as much as I want to cut up Baron's head, whoever can get in, talk to Marrow, and see if Marrow has any ideas.
So are you gonna walk towards the? Are you going towards the front gate then? I should say, or are you guys still just strategizing?
Henri, what do you think? Do we try to get inside, see if we find this Miro, talk about how we got at these other people outside, how to get them in?
So we're gonna run into this problem everywhere in the Empire, not just here.
It might be best for now if the group entering the city is as small as possible. Not
Take
attracting
Kaz with us.
attention.
We know Kaz is a safe bet. What do you think, Kaz? You wanna come with us or stay
Certainly.
behind?
There's no danger of her getting caught.
I can go with you.
All right, it's Kaylin and Morn. Guys,
Her, him? Which
he's a him
which
now.
are you?
He's a him.
Suppose I'm a
he's a
him now.
Sorry, brain trying to wrap around this.
You get used to it after a while.
So you guys make your way
Right.
towards the front gate. You guys get within distance. The four guards hold up their hands and ask you to stop. Remove your hoods.
So we do.
Okay.
Greetings, fellow humans, human fellas.
Oh my god.
Hello, fellow human.
Fellow humans, fucking Christ.
That was out of character.
Anyways,
I would imagine that we're trying to be as normal as possible. We're not gonna
I'm
say
assuming.
Yeah,
That's definitely
hello,
joke.
human.
That was a joke.
Howdy, how. But
I am
you-
doing the accent though.
Hello, we're humans.
Yeah, it's awful.
Hello, fellow human.
As you make your way to the front gate, they ask you to remove your hoods, and they begin to identify. You see one of them, but the other two are kind of like, they're standing close. They don't have their hands like directly on their weapons, but it's like pretty much like right at their hips, like, you know,
They're-
it's literally just a movement. And
They're
just kind of
at
watching the red.
depressed ready.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
sitting right next, or they're kind of waiting all around you as the other one's kind of identifying. What business do you have?
Looking for a safe place to sleep for the night, and looking hopefully to find some wares that we've maybe not been provisioned to see other places. Potentially sell our horse if we can.
I see.
Stock up on more provisions while we're here.
Well, we do have a general shop here in town that is very well stocked. We also have 2 inns. You do all 3 seem to check out. you may enter. Any acts of violence or anything deemed unnecessary would be met with immediate repercussions. You will be placed under arrest, and a trial date will be set. So please do keep your hands to yourself and behave while within the city of Steinthorn.
Right.
Is there a lot of criminals in this area?
We have the normal riffraff, but certain individuals have escaped from the surrounding areas. They have been identified by the Council of Six and deemed a threat to the Empire.
We've been on the road for a while. Maybe we can look at your book and let you know if we've seen any of the people there.
Make a persuasion check.
Nice
Or
guess.
at least know who we should be looking out for. So if we do see them, we know to avoid them.
Yeah, if there's a dangerous criminal, I want to. If I run into a dangerous criminal at the inn, I want to know that it's them.
Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Charisma caster.
Hell yes.
He gives you kind of a... You're not supposed to look at this. I will show you the 5 most wanted. I cannot show you all of them, but I will show you our 5. And he kind of like walks towards you slowly and like thumbs through a couple of pages quickly. I mean, not like super quickly, but he's like thumbing through them so you get like a quick glance, but not a very good glance. So roll a perception check to see if you're able to pick them up.
I would definitely be trying to check that, see if I can pick anything up.
Also, I don't,
Well,
are we all in eye?
Oh, baby.
What,
Baby.
Come on,
Okay.
Freya.
Yeah, it would
Come
be
on,
so
Freya. Yeah!
Okay, so Freya, you're able to pick up a like a dwarven-looking woman, very stout and thick. But she doesn't
Damn, boy, she thick.
Oh, she thick, boy.
kill you all.
Yes, boy.
And you don't recognize her though. There's nothing about her draws your interest. Another one, you flip through a couple more times. Or as it flips through quickly, you swear for a split second you catch the depiction of Bobo. And then the last page before he gets to it, and this one's a very, very quick flip, but it's it looks like a human male with orange hair and like a beard that comes down to about mid-chest, but you don't recognize that one as well. But he shows you the first picture. You look at it for a while, and it is a exact description of the I can't remember what his name is, the boat captain that drove you to Port Breval. Angle, thank you, Captain Angle.
Damn.
Exact depiction of him, and it's like there's a bounty, and it's 72 platinum per reward. He flips the pages a couple more times and gets to a second one. This one is a depiction of Elena with her white hair pulled back into a ponytail. And it looks a little bit like her, but it's got like this picture has like a longer nose, and like the elf ears are like super accentuated, like they come out
Not
to like
exact.
these, yeah, they're like super long, like you're looking at him and you're like,
She,
the fuck are
she's
you
only a
drawing?
half elf, right?
No, Elena.
Oh, she's a
full
full elf?
elf. Yes.
Okay.
Whoever that
Yeah.
sketch artist is needs fired by the bureau. Pretty
Um,
far out there.
Flips to another page, and it is a exact drawing of Kaz's female form.
Whoa!
Oh, Kaz, what? You on a wanted list, boy?
And she flips 3 more times, an exact drawing of Ping.
Oh.
And it's Ping with holding all of the hands.
Yes.
Nice.
And
Oh, wait.
that one
Hands.
that one is 320 platinum per reward.
Holy 3,000 gold?
That's alive. Dead is 180 platinum.
Damn.
Damn, Ping's got a bounty on him.
He would be very happy to know that, I'm sure.
The hand drawing.
I mean, what do you think's gonna happen 17 episodes ago when you're fucking chopping people's hands off and you're running through the main shopping area? Like, you can't tell me that 100 people didn't see you run through holding hands going, hey guys!
All the hands. It's got to be one of these.
Yeah,
I told you guys, repercussions.
I definitely missed that part.
This would have been pre-stream.
I have the episode. Yep.
No?
Oh man.
Holy shit. 320 platinum. Ooh.
Well, they don't. I guess it's no surprise that they don't necessarily look like criminals, but that's why. That's why they probably get to roam freely.
That's why they're so dangerous.
Could be anywhere.
Yes, they could, but please make your way in. There's a line beginning to form behind you.
Well, we appreciate
Right.
you helping us keep ourselves safe on the road.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'll walk through.
Yep. And as soon as I see that they've gotten in from a distance, I'll use a sending spell.
Okay.
And I'll say for the message, did you manage to make it in? And did you manage to see who was on the list?
Oh, we're being raided.
Rated. Oh,
Welcome to the stream.
what's up? Welcome to D&D.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank
Anyways,
you. Okay, so after we got
fucker.
after we got through the gate, and we are a little ways away from the guards because I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna like pull Henri and Kaz in close and whisper. Well, it looks like we've got a pretty considerable bounty on our heads, and it appears that they do have our faces. So definitely for the better that they're out there and we're in here.
Only some of them, though. The only ones that they had faces of were Kaz's female form, and then other people. There was nobody else from your group that had been, well, other than Ping. But Ping's
Right.
not with the party right now, so. So,
Forgot to remind Caitlin to send a sending spell, because that was for the side game. It doesn't matter because it's metagaming. Don't worry, Caitlin. We didn't talk about the sending spell through the main gate. We only talked about it through the side gate.
I will just say that you guys had discussed one way or another if you guys entered. I mean, obviously, you know, he'd
Yeah.
send something. You're not just gonna go in and be like, okay, have a good day.
Bye, guys. We'll talk to you in like 2 days.
So the information is passed to you, Freya, and you kind of get that little whisper in the back of your head, and you feel the sending spell, and you hear the voice of Kaelin reiterating those words to you.
And provided this message.
Yes. With
Alright.
24 words, 25 words, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was definitely below 25.
Yeah. No, I meant like if she replies to you, she has 25 words.
Yeah, 25 or less.
Yes.
So I'm going to reply. Got through safe. Got through safe. Guard showed us the list. So I'm at 8 right now. And we are definitely wanted, not safe. That's 20.
Yep.
We'll find tomorrow. Love you, bye.
Love
We'll
you,
find
bye.
The sending
What can you buy?
about a 30 seconds to a minute passes, and the voice comes back to you with Freya reiterating those words.
Kind of look over to Morton and I'll say, well, some of us are on the list, I assume. I'd like to know, I would have loved to know exactly who was on the list. But she didn't relay that information.
She seemed confident we were on it, though.
I suppose so.
Guess we're stuck out here for a little bit.
Looks to be that way.
Okay.
Real shit.
Getting to
Oh, sorry.
be late in the evening, so I would say probably around 8 or 9 o'clock at this point.
Yeah, we should find a place off the
It
road.
has gone from a sprinkle to a full rain.
Let's set up this tent quickly.
Very well.
And I kind of start running away from the road.
Okay.
And I set up our big tent as fast as possible.
Okay.
And then once we're inside, I actually do want to talk to Kaylin.
Okay. So you guys begin to set up the tent. You guys are getting everything ready off the road. You guys are taking your time. In the meantime, Freya, Kaz, and Honore, it is starting to downpour now. And you guys are in the city, and it's a dreary, think like Halloween Town type-ish. The shutters and the doors and like old oaken like buildings, and they're kind of leaned a little bit. Shutters are open and broken in some places. The sense, the sensations, the feelings, and memories hit you all at one time, Freya, as you feel you're back. And you don't know how to process as Kaz and Henri standing next to you watch as she turns pale white and gets shaky. She's not like falling over, but you can see she just looks weak, like she literally could just pass out at any second.
Oh,
And you start getting a little queasy, Freya.
Gonna promptly walk to the side of whatever path or road or whatever that we're on.
It's just
up
like a
against
dirt road that comes straight in, and it's actually, think like old westerns. Like just, it's like mud, like it's almost like ankle deep mud.
Gonna walk to the side.
Okay.
Just to sit down and collect myself.
And there's like a little boardwalk, so there's like a little place where you can sit down. It's basically on the ground, but it's out of the mud.
Yup. What's going on? Are you alright?
Probably should have mentioned it before we left. But I used to be a prisoner or a slave or whatever you want to call it here. Didn't want to say anything just because I didn't want anybody to worry.
I can certainly see how that would... How coming back here would dredge up painful memories.
I'm
What's-
trying my best, but it's
Oh, yeah.
gotten worse as we've gotten closer. And now that we're back inside, it's just really hard.
Maybe...
As
We'll
you
get
look in the
somewhere.
distance, the crack of lightning rolls across the sides, and in a split second, Freya, you kind of look up where the crack of thunder is, and the outlook of the Greymane estate flashes into view for a split second.
So I can see the outline of it now, you said?
Yeah, like like with the lightning that streaks by, you see it for just a split second, and then it fades out. Because you know, on the end of town that sits up on the hill is where the estate sits, overlooking the town.
probably find an inn. It's not going to be anything that we can do at this out.
You know of two. There's the Dark Horse Tavern. It's a little higher end, a little more ritzy, a little more expensive. There's the low, kind of bottom of the barrel. It's where all the shady people usually stay. It's called the Beggar's Run.
What was the first one called?
The Dark Horse.
Dark Horse? I'm going to suggest...
You also know, if you want to go down this road, for a very cheap price, but you have to pay for entertainment, you can stay at the Magic Mouth, which is the arcane whorehouse.
Arcane Whorehouse.
Yeah.
We're going to
That
try and
sounds
keep...
like a fucking magical place.
That's
Man.
arcane hand jobs right there.
It's a
And here, Kaylin and I are stuck outside.
It's a fucking magical place, and it's also a magical fucking place.
We're definitely not going to tell them that we found it. We're going to keep it all to ourselves.
you would know from experience, because you had worked there for a time, that it's where the races are sent that can do a bit of magic. They are sent there to basically be prostitutes, magical prostitutes.
Oh, and I worked there?
You
Magical
were not.
sex slaves.
You were
Yikes.
not. You were like a room cleaner. You basically would stock and clean rooms after the acts.
What was that
Lovely.
place called?
It's called the Magic Mouth.
Of course it is. Nice. Got him. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I could have been fun with it, and I could have called it Arcane Hand Job. I mean,
Yeah. Missed
That's
opportunity.
a little bit too heavy-handed.
it's
Magic
just too
Mouth.
direct.
Magic Mouth. Magic
You
Mouth
don't
is
know.
good because
You
it
don't know.
it leaves enough to the imagination
Exactly. They could just
for
be
you to
taught-
draw your
they-
own
It's a
conclusions.
fucking
Hey,
whorehouse. Nobody needs
no,
to have an
no.
imagination.
It's you don't know that. The Magic Mouth could just be, you go there to have a good time and talk to somebody. You don't know that.
Maybe they do karaoke's on Thursday.
Imagination.
Doesn't have to be a magic mouth hug. It's just
Imagination is power. So you do know that if you pay for services there, which is cheaper than the Beggar's Run, you can stay there for like a little bit, like a couple hours at a time. But it's, like the people who are like really, really, really shady go there to hide out.
Yeah, so I'm going to advise, knowing that shady individuals hang out there, I'm going to advise that we go to the Dark Horse.
Yeah, the Dark Horse is the richy, like the upper port, like it's closer to the estate and a little more expensive. The Beggar's Run is the bottom of the barrel for that.
Rent-a-cot. I don't know why that killed me. Okay, so...
You're not wrong, Wolf. The Mage Hand does take it to a whole new level of the Stranger. A whole
Oh,
new
boy.
level. We have different terms for it though in the arcane field and world. Just saying. Anyways, I better stop staring at that screen. We're getting sidetracked here.
So we're going to, we're not going to rent a cot.
So
We're
it's
going to Dark Horse.
the Dark Horse. Okay, so you make your way through downtown.
One of the
You are-
raddest.
You are leading them. So I would say you get there rather quickly because you do know the town very well, especially this late at night. It takes you probably a solid like 10 minutes or so through town, and you come upon a large building, 3 stories, and you walk inside and it is very, very, very clean, and you immediately walk up to a front desk where there is a bald human male standing in the front with a kind of a wispy looking beard and a pipe off to one side, and he's got like he looks like at one point that he used to work out, but he's like stopped for a long time, and he's trying to wear the vest from those days, and he's kind of like poking out the bottom of the vest.
Hmm.
Stop drawing on my map?
I was showing chat where we are on the map.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We're in Steinthorns. That's the far western, the tip of the, yeah, there you go.
We started in Jupiter, which is over here.
Way up north.
Yes. You walk up to the front desk.
Or I should say, we started this particular journey.
May I help you?
We'd like, I'm gonna look at everybody actually. It's probably safer if we stay in one room.
I think so.
I agree.
We'd like one room, please.
That would be for 3 people. I would say room in the board plus yes, condominiums. That would be 5 gold.
I'll hand him 5 gold.
Thank you. Bring the keys, and you watch as 2 girls around the edge of 12, elven children, chain manacles around the neck, beaded, encrusted with jewels, and it runs down the back and is connected to another one that hits the waist. As they both bring out, they're holding towels and like cleaning supplies for the washroom. As they he hands them the key, and they begin to lead you up the stairs.
Are these the criminals that we heard about?
No, of course not. They are slaves to be done with what need be.
Oh, I just figured because of the manacles, these must be dangerous people.
Of course they're dangerous. They're elves.
Oh,
Are you not stupid?
Right.
They keep them from casting magic, and I can punish them at will.
Those blasted elves.
Right,
Like,
of
push-
course.
Push Henri and Kaz faster up the stairs.
yeah, we don't have a lot of elves where we come from. I don't know the rules.
Yeah, they all got taken.
He just looks very confused.
Let's go to bed, guys.
Okay, so you guys make your way into your room, and you're handed all your things. In the meantime, Morn, Kaylin, and
Bergen.
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 Bergen has his own token. Seriously, it needs to be a thing.
Oh God. Anyways,
Morn's horse.
what are you guys up to? It's just you 2 right now.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be pretty nervous in the tent. Not my normal.
You never did fully repair it, so there's still 2 really big flaps on the sides that are waving in the wind, and then there's the one. No, you did repair 2. One of them was very poorly done, so it's basically just flapping in the wind. The other one that Kaylin did, it's sewn pretty decent, and it's holding. But
Yeah,
you're not
tent
getting
is
wet.
like- It's decently big, so I guess I'll just avoid the part that's getting wet.
The large open part that the rain is blowing into is starting to form a small little puddle and getting bigger. I mean, it's not growing at like an exponential rate, like it's getting huge, but it is starting to go from a tiny little puddle and just like slowly getting bigger.
I'm just gonna be sitting there quietly, and then just after a little bit, they're okay in there.
And they should be fine. They managed to get in. I have no doubt with their abilities that they'll be able to find a safe place to rest.
But you know, we sent the 2 elves. Danthorn's not.
They were
don't
disguised.
like 'em.
Although said magic will wear off in an hour, so they'll have to reapply it once they wake up, if necessary.
I'm worried for.
Morn, you're breaking up.
Big time.
I'm worried for Freya.
And why is that?
I don't know if I can tell you.
Feel free to, or not. It's your choice. As a man with my own share of secrets, I completely understand.
She said she was going to tell.
Very well. Then I shall wait for her to do so.
We've traveled for a while. You pray to Shantea.
Indeed.
Tell me about her. She has something to do with nature, right?
Mm-hmm. She is known by a few different names. The Green Mother comes to mind. The Grain Goddess. She's mainly a goddess of agriculture. Before she settled down into that life, though, she fought in the wars that tore Rothos asunder. In the visions that I've seen, in the avatars that she has presented to me, she's quite a beautiful lady. Living in a small farming community, it was just the default thing to pray to her for good harvests and whatnot. It was only through such faith that I was selected as her champion. And the rest is history, I suppose.
How did you learn you were chosen?
I come from, like I said, a small farming community. It was quite piddly for a time. We were constantly raided by goblins and the like, and we basically, the town guard amounted to a few relatively strong villagers with pitchforks. Barely got by for quite some time, but then my master came along. The one that I'm searching for, as you now know. He had some sort of connection that I was awe-inspired by. He wielded holy magic, and he managed to drive these creatures back so effortlessly. Just bolts of radiant energy constantly came out from his hands, and ever since he came, it became a lot easier. But through time, we realized that we couldn't live like this forever, relying on just one person. I mean, he was old. He was going to pass away at some point. And so we got together, the small community that we were. We established a proper town guard, fortified our perimeters, and that small farming community, it evolved. It evolved into something more. And seeing that, but I never kept up. I never stopped my religious activities ever since I saw him performing so diligently for the townspeople. And so I started worshiping Shantea as well, more fervorously than just thanking her for harvests and whatnot. Eventually, though, one day, the master disappeared. No one knew what happened to him. He was just gone. And I went up to the altar, and where the now established altar, where he was known to worship. And I asked for some guidance. I wanted to know where he had gone. And seeing the faith that I had committed up till that point, and seeing the village lose such an important figure of the community, Shantea sought me fit to give me her blessing to the power necessary to go out and find him. And so, with that power in hand, I set forth in search of him, and I've been searching for him till this very day.
So all your power given to you.
Indeed.
By Shantea.
Lauren, you're still breaking up really bad.
Yeah, my internet right now is pretty bad.
You also sound like you're kind of far away.
Nice.
But the more that I learn, the more that I grow. Yeah, the stronger blessings that I gain access to every single day.
Do you know anything about the god Grom?
Would I?
You would know a little bit. Actually, roll a religion check.
Sure.
You would know with that he is a good god. He is a just god. You would know that he fought alongside Shantaea in the war. He is like the Zeus. And Shantaea is kind of the Hera, or not Hera, but Zeus and Hera.
Hera, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that except for not married. They're just two very powerful figures of a same but different make. They're both extremely powerful. Like pretty much the top two gods that you would pray to on the good side. He is known as the Earth Father, the Stone Shaper. That's about all you know.
Yeah. Only peripheral knowledge from when the two interacted.
I guess one more question I had for you. So I mean, you have yours is a holy magic. It's given to you by Shantaea herself. Do you know of any other types of magic that worshippers of such deities get?
I know the basics. I know that basically, given that Shantaea is a deity of agriculture, I fall under the domain of life, meaning I can give life and I can take it away. And that grants me access to a very specific set of powers, in addition to the general set of powers given to any man of faith. And so I know the basics. Basically, depending on which domain under which you serve, you gain access to a subset of powers. But that's about it.
Okay. I've never been a spiritual person. Can't hurt, right? I can't do it. I can't do it. There's certainly things that you believe that. Well, I don't think I could go wrong.
Likewise.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Of course. Anytime.
There's no clerics rank. Religion to us is different.
Yeah, you would have had like the equivalent of like probably like a shaman, like a voodoo shaman. Like it was like a lot of like, oh, you cut your finger with a branch. Here's bat guano and some dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I never thought I'd... There's no denying that be a fool to see what you can say, Shantaea.
You got that right.
So as you bed down for the night, you lay your rolls out. You try to close the tent flaps as much as possible to keep as much as the rain and the wind from blowing in. You get kind of close in the center of the tent, not quite snuggle, but you get close enough to keep as far away from the edges as possible. And you guys slowly lull yourself into sleep. you three inside, you guys kind of cuddle up in the room, the one room that you guys got. There's one bed, it's kind of an oversized full, so you could possibly sleep two on there. Maybe. But you guys make your accommodations for the night. You guys fall to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really need a bed. I can just sit on the floor.
And that's where we'll end our night.